Back here at Smackover High School, he's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. It's just about game time here on a football Friday night in South Central Arkansas. The Cobras on the road for the first time this season and looking to stay undefeated, looking for a little revenge against the Smackover Buckaroos. It's time for the keys to the game for tonight's action. And Tracy, one person in particular that we're looking at in terms of the Smackover squad, that's the quarterback, number 2, Mitchell Polk. He can do it all. He can get it through the air, get it through the ground. But what we've seen on game film this week specifically is the way that he can use some misdirection and fake the pass, go for the run. The Cobra defense cannot be caught napping. They will get punished for a big gain. One of the things that we saw that occurred very well last week, you saw all the times that Cutter Morningstar tried to draw the Cobras off sides, and they never got them to go. This is a well-disciplined defense, and they will be tested tonight. But they all know, always keep your eye on number 2.
Well, and here's the deal. They run a similar offense to us, Mark. You know, a little bit of the spread, and they've got to block him back there. We've got to watch number 40 because where 40 goes, the ball goes. It's just that simple. He leads up into the hole, and then just like you were saying, he may fake it, the dive, and then he's off to the races. Now, here's what you got to stay at home. You've got to hold your technique. Those DNs, they've got to go upfield. Don't get drawn inside. And whatever you do, gang tackle, which we saw last week, a really good atmosphere on that. A couple of miscues here and there, but you saw the second and third guy finishing up the tackle. So we've obviously got to keep him in the middle of the field because he's got about a 4.6, and he can get out there and get going. His throws, most of them, of course, first weekend jitters, he didn't capitalize on that too much. He had some guys open, but that's not their game, Mark. He's sort of a freelance kind of guy, He will audible out. He'll run, straight up the middle, like you were saying, on that sprint draw. And if it's open, it's off to the races because, like I said, he's got a little bit of speed. So everybody's got to keep their technique, Mark. They've got to stay at home. And with their defense, they run a standard 4-2, similar to what we are. And if anything about their defense, their D-backs last week got chewed up a little bit. And I think of all the things that we're good at is throwing the ball, but let's concentrate on just stopping them first. And because I really think this is going to be a high-scoring ball game, and I think when we come out on top, you'll see us in the 30-40s.
Down on the field, they're getting ready for the coin toss. Your team captains for the Smackover Buckaroos tonight. Number 0, Jamari Robinson. Number 2, Mitchell Polk. And number 42, Ike Eisler. 3 seniors for the Buckaroos dressed in black tops, black bottoms with white numbers and letters. The one team captain for Fountain Lake is the team captain for Fountain Lake. It's Devin Williams. Fountain Lake dressed in their white road uniforms with purple bottoms, purple numbers and letters. Down on the field, they're attempting the coin toss right now. It appears that Fountain Lake has won the toss here. We'll see what they decide and what they signal here. They're breaking up both squads here. Fountain Lake has won the toss, and Fountain Lake will take the ball to start tonight's action. A flip-flop from last week. Hey, that means we're almost there at kickoff. We'll take our final pregame break. We're back for football when we come back on 92.9 KVRE. Live from Smackover, it's game time. The Cobras and Buckaroos go to battle here on the road in South Central Arkansas. Football teed up at the 40, kick on its way. We're underway here in the land of the Buckaroo. Fountain Lake takes the return out up the field, out around the 39-yard line or so. 1st and 10 for Cooper Buss and the boys who said, we win the toss, we want the ball.
Well, that's a little bit different already from last week. You saw last week where we were doing a lot of fair catching, Mark. Hey, that was a good run back right there. Didn't quite get the wall set up, but obviously made enough room to get up there on the 38-yard line. Good start already.
1st and 10, Fountain Lake moving left to right on your radio dial. They'll be at the Cobra 38-yard line. We're joining you from the stands tonight here at Smackover High School. So, Hannah, don't worry. No Hornets, no Benadryl tonight.
Nothing.
We're still going to try to win the Sully, though. 1st and 10, Buss in the shotgun. One man beside him, Williams. He'll take the snap, roll to the right. He's going to look for a home run ball downfield, looking for Hare. He's knocked down on the play. No flag incomplete pass. The pass defense coming from number 1, Jeremiah King, the senior defensive back.
Yeah, pretty tight coverage right there. That was literally right in front of us. And but it was still a good pass. You want to throw to the outside shoulder, obviously, to where the D-back doesn't have any chance of catching it. It was just 2 or 3 feet difference, and that would have been a good gain. But, hey, as it is, a good second down coming up. We'll see what happens, Mark.
I love the play call. Defense was looking at Harwood. He goes for Hare, just couldn't make the connection. It was a well-defended pass. Second down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Bus calls for the ball, takes the snap, handoff Devin Williams. Williams trying to go up the gut. Not a lot happening there. We'll see if he gets forward progress, but if he does, it's not much. Third down coming up.
Mark, I tell you what they did. They came up instead of that standard 4-man. They went ahead and brought in another linebacker, made it a 5 front, and that right there caused a little bit of problems for our offensive line. Then they blitzed the outside linebacker. Hey, that's tough for anybody. 5 guys blocking 6, and sure enough, no gain right there. And we'll see what they can do on third down. They're going to have to fix that, Mark, though.
3rd and 10, the Cobras are going to fan 4 wide on the formation. 2 left, 2 right. Harwood's right there slanting across the middle. Bus takes a snap on the run. Pressure's coming, flags flying, he'll throw it away. Flags flying where it came from. This could be holding against the Cobras, turning a bad situation even worse.
Yeah, more than likely it is a hold, but I'll bet you they decline it. They may, because as it is, and I don't know if they want them 3rd and 20, Mark. That's up to their coach, but obviously, I don't know if we're in a 4-down territory.
They are going to take the penalty. Smackover will, and it will back up Fountain Lake.
They declined it.
Oh, you're right. They did. They did decline it.
Yeah.
And I think probably that's the right move if you're the opposing team. That sets up 4th down. The Cobras will have to punt it away, and no gain.
They're coming after us, Mark. Nobody get back, though. Nobody back. Of course,
there's nobody back. Yeah.
But they've got to respect, though, that our kicker is our punter is our passer, too, though.
Yeah, the Smackover believes that we're going for it on 4th and 10.
They're coming after it.
It is a punt. The punt is high and away. No one back to return. It's going to get a nice little roll, and it will be downed at the 23-yard line. 3 and out for the Cobras. Smackover takes over. We'll keep it right here. No score in the first quarter.
And that right there, we saw a little bit of a twist last week watching some of the film on Smackover. Never saw them going after the punter for Drew Central, which they had a couple of really good run backs. And for them not to have anybody back there, that was surprising. But we've got to watch right now, like you were talking about. This kid can really make a highlight reel, the Polk. But also his receiver, number 7, Bryant, he's a big boy.
1st and 10, Buckaroos moving right to left. It's their first time with the football. Handoff, Joseph Brown, the running back on the right-hand side. Brown's got a little bit of room to run out past the 30, past the 35, taken down on the play. It's enough to move the chains and then some.
First thing we said, you cannot allow them to get to the outside. They've got way too much speed, and the first thing that happened was our DN got sucked in on that play. You can't do that. You got to contain. Keep with your technique. Keep them between the hash marks.
It's a 13-yard gain on the carry by Joseph Brown. New set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 36. Handoff, Brown. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Running on the right-hand side this time. He'll get a smaller gain on the right-hand side, and it looks like they're going to get him out to around the 40-yard line or so. We're in the stands. We don't have the beautiful vantage point that we typically have up high back home at Allen Tillery Field. Ball's out to the 40-yard line, gain of 5.
Once again, Mark, where 40 goes, they go. And he did that little counter slip. Here's that little pass that you were talking about earlier, Mark. He doesn't throw it out here all the time, though. He does his stutter steps and goes.
2nd down and 5. Polk in the gun. Takes the snap. Quick pitch across the side. Has a man. Caught down around the 45-yard line. Scampering close to midfield. Pickup made by number 4, Braxton Bryant.
Yep, completion pass right there all the way. He was wide open, playing a little bit of a no man, a 3 front with a 2 back right there. Means that strong safety's got to shift over a little bit quicker, Mark.
10-yard pickup for Bryant. New set of downs. Now inside Cobra territory, 1st and 10 from the 49. Polk on the run. Evades 2 tacklers. Still on his feet as he rolls to the right-hand side. The Cobras, he's hit as he throws. And that one is going to be an incomplete pass. We've got a couple of players locked up, pushing and shoving.
Well,
way off the play. No flags.
Here's the deal, Mark. That should have been a penalty right away. I don't know where the referee was, but they literally pulled down Logan Rhodes by the face mask. And fortunate enough, hey, he's one of those kids that doesn't stop, and he got right back up and was able to actually help on the containment of that. But he got pulled down by the face mask.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Ball's on the Cobra 49. Polk in the shotgun, calls for the ball, takes the ball, hands it off. Joseph Brown. Brown met immediately by 3 Cobras. They're going to stop him in his tracks. Short gain, if anything. Actually, it's a loss on the play. And that's the biggest defensive stop for the Cobras so far, bringing up a key 3rd down.
Caleb Castle started the whole play right there, right off the A-gap, coming across where the center should be, and then a host of Cobras following suit. But that was a big-time tackle. And this is the worst 3rd down position that they've had all night so far, Mark.
Loss of 4 on the play, looking at 3rd down and about 14. Polk in the shotgun from the Smackover 47. He'll take the snap, looking for a man, has a man, caught wide open. Jamari Robinson inside Cobra country, breaks a couple of tackles. He's tackled down within the 40, between the 40 and the 35-yard line, kind of on the far side of the field away from us there. It's enough to move the chains, though, for Smackover.
I don't know if that was a busted play or what, Mark, but there was nobody within 10 yards of him. I mean, I understand giving him a little bit of room because he's got some speed, but there was nobody close to him.
Looks like a gain of 19 for Brown. Polk's going to get the handoff off to Brown. Brown just dives right up the middle, forward progress. Be shy of a 1st down as it goes straight up the middle from the 36 onward.
Mark, their offensive line's not that much bigger than our D-line, but they sure are crafty. They're doing a lot of pull and obviously double down on our A and B gaps and open up those holes for the Smackover Buckaroos.
Gain of 6 on the play for Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Buckaroos. Football down at the 30-yard line of Fountain Lake. Smackover continuing to press forward. Polk fakes the handoff, throws the home run ball downfield, threw it a little too far. Jamari Robinson was all alone in the end zone. He watched the football sail over him and out of play.
There was nobody around him. Another busted play. We've got to really work on that one right there because that's the 2nd time that he's been by himself. And I know he's got some good speed, and you got to give him a little leeway, but maybe somebody needs to come up and shuck him on the offensive line before he goes out because obviously that right there, next time they come back with that will be 6 points.
3rd down and 4, and a big 3rd down for the Buccaneers at the 30 of Fountain Lake. Polk in the shotgun, Brown by his side, wide receivers 2 wide on every side, handoff Brown. Brown ping-pongs off a couple of defenders, and that will get out of bounds on the right-hand side. And that'll be enough to move the chains. Pickup, I believe, of 4 for Smackover.
Yep, 1st down. He's real shifty, Mark. He absolutely got Alt in a position where you come up to make a tackle. Don't look at the head or the shoulder pads. Stare at that waistline and start doing your stutter step and then attack the ball.
8:21 to go here in the 1st quarter. The Buckaroos trying to draw the Cobras off sides. Quick pitch, right-hand side, Jamari Robinson. Robinson with a positive gain down the field for Smackover, and that'll get him within the 20.
Yeah, once again, Mark, they're giving him a lot of leeway over there. Cover 2 may be what they're working with right now, but they obviously need to bring over that free safety and maybe head up on him just to stop him, slow him down a little bit from coming off the line of scrimmage. But they're staying with that cover 2 formation right now.
Smackover with a 2nd down and 1. Handoff Brown, left-hand edge. Couple of Cobras bring him down, but it's going to be around the 10-yard line. Should be enough to move the chains once again for the Buckaroos, who continue to chug forward.
Yeah, eating up some clock, too. We're already down to about 7:30 in the 1st quarter. They're just slowly, like you said, chugging away. But they've had a little bit of combination, even with the passes, even with the runs. And they're really proven to be a good offensive squad like we knew coming into this ball game.
Polk works out of the shotgun, 1st and goal. Now for the Buckaroos from the Fountain Lake 10-yard line. He'll switch to a fullback beside him. It's number 10, Peyton Teasley.
He's known for just blocking is what he's known for, Mark, and that's generally when Pope runs.
Polk ready to rock. It's going to be a handoff to Teasley right up the middle, and Fountain Lake saw it immediately as Jaden Irwin making a huge stop for the Cobras there. Short gain, maybe a gain of about 1.
Yeah, he had one rush attempt last week, Mark, and it went for 2 yards. Basically what happened right there. So good reaction on that, some film training there. But as it is, hey, look, they're working their way down right now. And, of course, this is a big time for defense to come up and be stingy.
They'll call it no gain, so it's 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. Teasley swaps from the right side to the left side. Polk in the shotgun for Smackover. On 2nd down, he's going to drop back to pass, looking for the end zone. Has a quick pitch across the middle. That ball is
Good
dropped.
play.
And Aiden
Good
Alt
play
comes
right
in
there.
with the great pass defense to break up the pass there. Another incompletion for Mitchell Polk, his 3rd and 5 attempts.
Well, that was that number 7 we was talking about, Jaden Bright. Hey, he was doing a drag across the middle, and sometimes that's pretty tough to locate. But as you said, Alt came up and made a big hit and incomplete. So this is huge right here, Mark. Once again, we got him in another 3rd down situation.
3rd and goal from the 10. Polk in the shotgun. By his side is Peyton Teasley, the running back. 2 wide right, 2 wide left. He'll try the opposite side here. Robinson, that pass is broken up. Did he make the catch going down to the turf? It is a touchdown. It was broken up down on the play. It fell down right into his arms, a la Charleston from many moons ago, our 2nd season call in the Cobras. That one ended the Cobras season. This one just puts the Cobras behind 6.
Yeah, now he was there on the play, Mark. There was no doubt about it. He tipped the ball out of his hands. It just happened to fall in the right direction for 6 points for Smackover, but still a great play on that defense.
Jamari Robinson with the 10-yard touchdown reception. PAT on its way from the Buckaroos. Judson Wolf puts it through. 7-0 Buckaroos. We'll take a break. 6:19 to play in the first. We're back in a moment right here on 92.9 KVRE. And we're back here at Smackover High School. He's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. River Oliver joining us at halftime tonight. Smackover on the board, a 10-yard touchdown pass. Polk finds Jamari Robinson in the back of the end zone. And with 6:19 to play in the first, the Buckaroos lead 7-0. Fountain Lake is going to get the ball back, though. Their 2nd possession of the football game after a 3-and-out with 0 yards gained. Here's the kickoff from Wolf. On its way, it's a squib kick, and it's going to be picked up by the Cobras. Anderson Davis trying to attempt a return here. Davis is going to get the ball out to midfield, and that's one thing that we didn't see last week that I had a feeling we were going to start to see this week, Tracy. Returns on special teams. On game film, Smackover looks and sees, they don't return the ball. We're good. Not so fast. It was a designed play for Fountain Lake to fool the opponent. At least on that one, it worked for a positive game.
Well, and they set up the wall and just one more block away from him taking it to the house, and that was a good job. Last time, a while ago, he just didn't quite get the wall set up, but now a little bit better field possession. But like you said, Mark, we've got to make something of it. Right dead center, we're on the 50-yard line. We've got to make something happen right now. We've got to go 7 to match their 7.
50-yard field for Buss and the boys. Cooper Buss, the quarterback, operates out of the shotgun. He's going to have 5 wide from 1st and 10. He sends Devin Williams wide to the right with Case here. Peyton Harwood, his trusty receiver, to his left-hand side. Here's the snap. Quick pitch across the middle. Has Williams. Picked up around the 45-yard line. We'll see where forward progress gets him. Looks like the 45. That's a gain of 5 on the first completion of the night for Cooper Buss.
Yeah, a little bit of razzle-dazzle out of the backfield. But what surprised to me, Mark, so far is he's hasn't gone to Harwood yet. And he's been open a couple of times. Maybe he's just waiting for a big throw or
I was
something.
thinking just that exactly. Catch the defense sleeping. Harwood there on the near side. He loves running those slant patterns. Now he's going to run him in the jet sweep. Harwood's going to get the toss from the quarterback. Harwood turns on the Jets. He's ran out of bounds. A positive gain to move the chains. Harwood, as we saw last week, also efficient at running the football.
Well, Mark, we talked about that this morning, and look, that jet sweep worked last week to a T, and this was to the short side of the field. If he had had a little bit more room, he might have taken that one to the house, but as it is right now, they literally just called his name, and whether it was through the air or on the ground, it worked for a first down.
We may have done this a time or two. That's a pickup of 13 for Peyton Harwood on the first kick. He has a rush before a reception tonight. Just want to make sure the fans know that.
Blitz coming, blitz
from
coming.
The 33.
Here comes the blitz.
And it's across the middle. Guess who? Peyton Harwood, who grabs a BB out of the sky, like Coach Matt Richardson likes to say. A great pickup there. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 7 on Harwood's first catch of the game. Had a feeling it was coming.
Mark, they alluded, they talked about that this morning, especially on the interview where he talked about they've been playing since the 3rd grade, and that sort of that ESPN, so to speak, when they can read each other's minds.
Football down at the 26-yard line of Smackover. Fountain Lake trying to answer back and tie this football game. Bust the snap. Home run ball looking for Harwood. Flag fly
all the way.
Everywhere.
All the way.
This has to be pass interference.
He was holding Mark the whole time. Yeah, he had his shirt. He pulled his shirt tail out.
Yeah, contact with Harwood every step of the way.
Yeah, there's pass interference here. That's going to give him a first down.
It's going to give Fountain Lake really good real estate here. It's going to move the Cobras inside the red zone. And Tracy, I believe that's going to be the first time this season that we've entered the big red zone.
Yep, no doubt. Providing real estate services in Hot Springs Village since 1978. The oldest real estate company in the village. Big Red has been a proud member of the community, providing unparalleled service and Southern hospitality. Give them a call, 501-623-7904. Big Red Realty.
Football down at around the 13 of Smackover. Bus takes the snap, throws looking for Harwood. End zone broken up.
Almost.
Big defense.
Almost intercepted there. That was a little too much air under it, Mark, as he saw him open. But, boy, if one thing this Buckaroo defense and offense has is speed, Mark. We've already seen that already.
Yeah, quick to the ball. Harwood's fast, and Smackover did their homework on the big number 2 junior wide receiver. But that'll break it up. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 13-yard line of the Buckaroos. Near side of the field, real close to our vantage point here. On 2nd down, Bus is going to take the snap. He's going to throw across the middle. He's got Case Hare down near the goal line. He stretches.
I
believe his knee was down first, Tracy. It's going to be enough to move the chains. Hare down at the 1. Gain of 12.
Yep, no doubt. But what a slant pass right there. It was on the button. Now, Mark, here's what they're doing. I'm telling you what, they're crowding the box right now. They're bringing 9 guys into the box, and they're going man-to-man. And literally, they are crowding the box, and they're daring them to run up the middle.
4:30 and counting. The Cobras are knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 1. In the shotgun is Cooper Bus. Devin Williams by his side. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Cooper Bus takes the snap. Handoff Williams. Williams trying to dive forward.
There's nothing there, Mark.
They meet him immediately. He's going to lose 2 yards, maybe even 3. And that's going to give the Cobras maybe a little bit more breathing room. It was 1st and goal from the 1. Of course, Fountain Lake, man, feels like even with a small Cooper bus ride out there, they'll find a way to get it in. A little bit more breathing room, though. It's going to be a loss of 3 down to the 4-yard line now.
Mark, that was a complete jailbreak. And they've done that the last 4 plays, and they're fixing to do it again. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage, and they're bringing those linebackers. Obviously, they've got us outnumbered. So, it's hard to block 2 guys at once, even for our offensive line, which is really great.
Smackover with the spy on Harwood. 2nd and goal from the 4. Bus is going to take it himself up the middle. Quarterback keeper stretching for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Cobras. Bus takes it home. A 4-yard touchdown run.
Holy cow. When he saw that hole, it opened up. And, just a little bit of a crease, and that's all he needed. And what a stiff arm, Mark. The Buckaroo guy had come in, hit him at the 3-yard line. He went, not today, and, man, hit the flag, and he was in.
Here comes Nate Jordan to attempt the PAT and tie this football game. Kick is on its way. Kick is good. 7-7 here in the land of the Smackover Buckaroos. We'll take a break. 3:29 to play in the opening act. Back in a moment. 92.9 KVRE. We're back at Smackover High School. He's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. Cooper Bus, a 4-yard touchdown run. He saw all his receivers were bottled up in the end zone. He took it himself, and that's exactly the kind of growth that we've talked about. We saw it last week. We're seeing it tonight. A young man that has just increased his football IQ and his field vision and said, you know what, this is my time to shine. In the way that he came on the right-hand edge, stretched for the pylon, put his body on the line. He got his team into the end zone, and Nate Jordan got his team on the scoreboard. We're tied 7-7. Yeah. 3:29 to go here in the first. Cobras are going to kick it away to the Buckaroos.
Mark, I'm going to tell you what, a couple of good blocks, too, out there. At one point, I saw Hare take on 2 guys.
Here's the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded by Smackover from the 25-yard line. Who else? It's number 0, Jamari Robinson. Robinson working up the gap, and he's going to be tackled and brought down. A big tackle made by Jalen Johnson for Fountain Lake, a name that we called a lot last week. You know, fun fact, I was at practice this week, and Coach Richardson says, hey, Mark, have you met Jalen Johnson yet? I said, no, but we called his name a lot on Friday night, and he literally took me into the weight room and said, this man is going to be legendary in 2 years whenever he's a senior. So I'm holding him to it.
Well, he made a good tackle right there because that kid that running the ball for the Buckaroos is awful shifty, and he's got some speed. But he broke down like you're supposed to and tackled around the waist, and that's what you got to do to bring a kid down like that.
Ball's at the Smackover 43. It's 1st and 10 Buckaroos. They're moving right to left on your radio dial with 3:21 to play in the first. We're tied 7-7. Polk takes the snap, hands it into the breadbasket. No, he's going to take it himself on a quarterback keeper. We've seen this once or twice already tonight. The fake handoff to number 3, Joseph Brown. Polk takes it himself. He's knocked out of bounds. A small gain here. Looks like a gain of 3 on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, and that was a good play by the outside linebacker. I tried to contain him a little bit. But like you said earlier, Mark, he's another one of those shifty guys. But coming up and pushing him in was Aiden Alt, and that made the big difference. Along with him was Kyle Roston.
Pushed out to the Cobra 46-yard line. The Buckaroos are nearing midfield. Polk in the shotgun. Brown by his side. He'll take the snap. Quarterback's going to throw one across the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by the Cobras.
Oh, my goodness.
Keaton Canals got a hand on it, couldn't reel it in. The pass was intended for Braxton Bryant, who already had a reception for 10 yards tonight. That was almost really bad for the Buckaroos. They're going to breathe a sigh of relief that that's only an incompletion.
Mark, there was nothing but green grass between him and the
it was
end
6
zone.
all day.
Oh, my goodness. But that's okay. Good play. Let's get this third down, get the ball back, and make some more points on the board. Because the situation is these guys with the Buckaroos, man, they're good, man. It's just that simple. And our defense has really stepped up to the challenge.
3rd down and 7, and boy, does this one feel like a big 3rd down. Ball at the 46-yard line. Polk and the Buckaroos. Now flags fly.
Yep.
And this is going to be time out. Well, hang on a second. There's a flag. Smackover calls a timeout. Looks like they're going to pick the flag up here maybe.
Well, yeah, the head official had the clock going. And what you see on the field is not – he's got the clock in his pocket.
You're right.
And he was just about to pull it out when their head coach went ahead and called the timeout. So the field judge over there went ahead and allowed the timeout, Mark.
Full moon rising overhead here in the land of the Smackover Buckaroos. He's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. Feels like great football weather. It's hot, not super humid. I mean, we're breaking a sweat, but we'd probably do that anyway. That's just kind of like what we do. But timeout Smackover here, 7-7 ball game here in the first quarter with 3:11 to go. It's a big 3rd down coming up for the Buckaroos here, Tracy, because the incomplete pass, the near interception by Canals. The Buckaroos got momentum in this game is starting to wear purple and white tonight.
Well, and we've seen this time and time again where any key play like that, the momentum can shift. And this 3rd down right now could be absolutely huge for Fountain Lake if they can get a stop.
Cobra defense has to stand tall here. There's a couple of playmakers in the backfield, Polk and Brown. Here's the snap. Polk's going to take it himself. Quarterback keeper across the middle. He'll throw
incomplete.
That ball is dropped down on the turf, Tracy. That should be an incomplete pass.
Wait a minute. Stop right here. His leg went backwards. Come on, kid, get up.
The potentially injured player number 0, Jamari Robinson, he's going to come out for a play here.
Get up, kid. Okay. He's
incomplete pass, I believe, is the call. And that should bring up 4th down here.
It will. Yeah, obviously 4th down. What are they doing?
Hang on a second, Tracy. I don't think so. I think they called that a completion. He went to
There's no way. That ball,
Hang on. Coach Matt Richardson saying, hang on a second. He dropped it.
There is no way that he kept that ball.
It is 4th down, Tracy. It is an incompletion. I think the officials almost missed it.
They gave him 5 yards.
It's 4th down. It's 4th down.
It was 3rd down then, Mark. They gave him 5 yards. It was 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, but it's 4th down and short. Polk's going to take it himself right up the middle. He's going to dive 4th. Tackle made by Jalen Johnson and a whole host of Cobras. But you're right, Tracy. They advanced the ball.
There's no way
this
that
was
was a
3rd and
completion.
7.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it became 4th and 2. I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe I missed something, a penalty that was assessed, but
No,
I didn't see a flag on the field.
They called that a complete pass, which is absurd.
He dropped the ball when he went to the turf.
We saw it on the field, Mark.
Nevertheless, it is forward progress. The Buckaroos, first and 10, hand off to Brown from the 36-yard line. He's going to turn and go the other way. The Cobras are spying him well, chasing him in pursuit here. He's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
Brown went left. The wall closed in. Then he turned around, went the other way, went right. We'll see where they spot Brown at, out of bounds with 2 minutes to go in the first. Looks like a gain of 8 on the play for the running back, Brown.
Mark, if there's anything, you got to contain on these guys. Don't give up on the play. Once you go upfield, hold your ground, hold your technique.
2nd down and 2, ball down to the 28 of Fountain Lake. Polk in the gun. Polk has time to throw. Throws a dart downfield looking for a man.
Open.
End zone caught, touchdown.
Yeah, no problem.
It's Braxton Bryant. It's a 28-yard touchdown for the Buckaroos, who regained the lead.
Yeah, he was wide open. Nobody, another, assignment that somehow he got past the strong safety and was wide open. He went right past him. And so as it is, that's just one of those deals. Containment's tough for these guys, That quarterback is very shifty. Just as you think he's going to run the ball, he pulls it back and throws it, and he's a really good quarterback, Mark. Obviously, he's got some really good receivers.
Judson Wolf to attempt the PAT for Smackover, trying to make it a 14-7 ball game. Kick on its way, and from here the kick looks good. 7-point lead for the Buckaroos. We'll keep it right here. 1:55 to go in the first quarter.
Mark, obviously, like we said earlier, this is one of those games that's there's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game, and we've got to match every score. It's just that simple. And when the offense came out a while ago, it looked like that. They finally got a rhythm going and was able to march down the field, obviously with Bus on that 3-yard scamper into the end zone. But what we highlighted so far, let's see if they continue to kick off of the left hash mark, that little pooch kick, because as it is right now, Anderson Davis has caught that ball and pulled it back, a total of about 25 yards altogether. And, hey, not too bad. Hey, that's one of those sophomores. We're going to be calling his name for a couple more years, Mark.
His last name's Davis. He has to be good. It's just the rule.
It's that simple.
Mitchell Polk through the air tonight, 5 of 10, 62 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Now Wolf will kick it off.
Same hash mark.
From the 40-yard line. We've seen these onside squib kicks 2 times already tonight. This time it's going to be more of the same. A high onside kick, and Davis calls for the fair catch, bobbles the ball. Uh-oh! It's down on the ground. Fountain Lake believes they have it, but it could be anybody's ball coming up out of the dog pile here. Fountain Lake looks like they have the ball. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, we dodged one there.
I have number 23, Colby Tarvin, the sophomore, coming up with the rock, and we've got a young man down, and he is hurt, Tracy.
Well, when they dove for the ball, it was all man for himself, and they went head to head. And I'm telling you, I saw him move back. Slade Arnold, let's hope the best, but obviously he's holding that head. He's a sophomore on the kickoff team, and he did, man. When they dove for that ball, they went, face mask to face mask, and he got the worst end of it.
Yeah, Arnold's still down on the turf for Smackover. He's being tended to by the training
staff.
Get up, son. He is back up, and that is good news for Smackover fans.
Yeah, he's going to have a little bit of a headache there. But
yes, he is. Boy, the way he popped back up and the way he's walking, that's great news. You never want to see anybody get hurt in the game, especially not this one.
Get him an ice pack on that shoulder blade, on that neck. He'll come right back out.
Tracy, it was 8 years ago that these two teams met up, and well, that one came all the way down to the wire. A certain Colson Simpson recovering an onside kick after a Perion Johnson touchdown in the end zone to go ahead. Colson Simpson gets the onside kick. That seals the deal, and Fountain Lake wins it. That's a game that we will never forget, and it's a call that we will never forget. There's a giant crystal trophy in my office at National Park College that I look at every single day remembering this stadium. Peyton Harwood's going to take a carry on 1st and 10. Harwood, smooth moves right through the gaps, past the past midfield, down to the 45-yard line. Gain of 12. Peyton Harwood with another big run tonight.
Well, Mark, And this is what we're up against right here.
Hey, you guys like the Fountain Lake Marching Band? Guess what? We brought them with us on the broadcast tonight. John, I'm not sure if it's too loud here, but we love to be in the stands with our fans and the band.
Yeah, I guess.
1st and 10, Fountain Lake. Ball at the Smackover 45-yard line. Cooper Bus is going to operate out of the shotgun. Devin Williams by his side. Here's the snap, a low snap. Bus rolls to the right-hand side looking for an opening. Pass intended for Dalen Morris. It's broken up, incomplete. There was not a lot of room to go there.
Mark, I'm surprised Coach hadn't come up here and said something because the band was playing while he was trying to call the plays out there. And generally it's a no-no, but as it is, we love the band. And we love Fountain Lake the way they get out there. They've won so many awards. But the miscommunication right there, you saw Case Hare raising his hands up. He couldn't hear anything.
Hare was also locked down by a defender downfield. It's Jeremiah King who's locked in on number 7 tonight. 1:12 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Bus takes the snap, throws across the middle for Hare. He's got him this time. Catch is made at the 30, wrestled down around the 29-yard line. Good gain of about 16. For Case Hare, they'll give him 16 down to the 29-yard line. Biggest pass of the night so far for Cooper Bus.
But you're right, Mark. He was locked in on him, but Bus threw a strike, and I think Hare actually caught it in self-defense because that looked like a fastball from the mound more than a football. 1st
and 10, Fountain Lake at the Buckaroo 29. Bus takes the snap. Bus rolls to the left. He's going to take it himself. Wide open spaces, might as well. He's got to try to get out of bounds. He's hit, and he gets out of bounds pretty well here. He'll be knocked out at the 23-yard line. Gain of 6 on the quarterback keeper.
Well, and very manageable now. They can do a couple of different plays as obviously in 4-down territory. And so with 2nd and 4, there's a variety of different plays that they can pull up. We'll see what they do. But here's the kicker. The Buckaroos continue to load up the box, and I'm talking they have 8 guys within the 4-yard line on the offensive line. I mean, they've got everything. Just one strong safety back there.
From the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 4, man in motion is Harwood. The low snap drops on the ground. Cooper Bus is just going to grab it from his knees and just take the loss on the play. Smackover was bringing a blitz in. Not a whole lot you could do there. A bad snap's going to back up Fountain Lake. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Loss of 5.
We're fortunate to get the ball back, I'll be honest with you, because it rolled back there. And Bus, like you said, just had to get on it. But, hey, look, the humidity's out there tonight, Mark, and maybe need to dry off the hands a little bit more. But so far the snaps have been real good. He'll get them back on there.
3rd and 9, about 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cobras will get a playoff before the quarter expires. Low snap. Bus takes the snap, throws across the middle, has Peyton Harwood. Harwood's got space. 15, wrestled down at the 13. That was a great tackle made by Jeremiah King to save a touchdown. A huge gain down to the 13-yard line for Cooper Bus. And that's a gain of 25.
Yeah, well, pretty good, but hey, as it is, not too bad. 14-7, just a touchdown behind, Mark.
End of the first quarter, we'll take a break. Smackover 14, Fountain Lake 7. Back in a moment, right here, 92.9 KVRE. Back here at Smackover High School, he's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. At the end of Act 1, it's Smackover 14, Fountain Lake 7. But the Cobras are knocking on the door, trying to tie this ball game up once again. They'll switch sides at the end of the quarter here, and Fountain Lake will have a 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to spot Cooper Bus and the boys down at the 14-yard line, which makes that previous reception by Harwood good for 24 yards. Harwood tonight, 2 receptions, 31 yards.
And what that represents is the Big Red Realty Real Estate Service in Hot Springs Village in the red zone. Whether you're looking for a new home or want to sell your current one, Big Red will make you their first priority. Give them a call, 501-623-7905. It's Big Red Realty Red Zone.
As we begin the second quarter, it'll be Fountain Lake football. They're inside that Big Red Realty red zone, trying to tie this ball game back up once again. Cooper Bus operates out of the shotgun from the Smackover 14. He'll send Williams wide to the right, 3 wide right, Too wide, left. Bus, the snap, looking for help. He's going to take it right up the middle. A quarterback scamper. It's a short yard gain, and the defense locked down his intended receiver. Looks like it may have been a Case Hare play, and Bus said, I'm just going to try to get anything I can out of this. It's 2-yard gain right up the middle.
Well, Mark, like we've been talking, and the maturity there showed.
Yes.
He didn't force the ball because Hare was the direct receiver, but he was blanket. I mean, that guy was all over him. So wisely, he just took the ball, got a couple of yards, and lived to play another down.
And allows the clock to run a little bit here as well. 2nd and 8. Fountain Lake, ball's at the 12-yard line, it appears here. Cooper Bus in the shotgun. Devin Williams by his side. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Bus rolls to the right-hand side looking for help. Looking for an opening in the end zone. Big pass. One-handed grab. Did he get it? No. Pass intended for Case Hare, and he dropped it. No, excuse me. Couldn't reel it in the back corner of the end zone. The one-handed grab. He lost control of it as he went down to the turf.
Yeah, well, big play coming up, obviously. Need something on the board again to match what Buckaroos have done so far.
You're right.
And as it is, I don't know if they were looking at a possible timeout here because they've got 3 to burn, but under 15 seconds left in this play. So we'll see what they managed to do on a big 3rd down and 8.
Cobras went weak side on the receiver on the intended pass there to Case Hare. Now the strong side has a lot more running room. They're going to go weak side again here. Bus is going to take the snap. It looks like they're going to try to attempt the exact same play. He's going to throw it away. Bus is going to throw it away, and that's going to bring up 4th down at Fountain Lake. Down at the 12-yard line, you assume you're going to go for it here, but the question becomes, you pump one into the end zone, or do you possibly bring Nate Jordan out for a kick?
Well, that was my exact thinking on that one, Mark, and we'll find out here in about less than 20 seconds because we got to do something.
I don't see Nate Jordan coming.
You would think maybe right now is a good time to call a timeout, but
Fountain Lake's going to make a substitution. I see Eli Patman coming in.
And Case Hare coming off the field.
Case Hare's coming out for a play. Timeout, Fountain Lake.
I bet I guarantee you this.
Fountain Lake's calling a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 11:02 to go in the first half. Hey, the Cobras want to make sure they get it right here. The way that this ball game has gone so far, Smackover has not turned the ball over yet. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, both through the air from the quarterback, Mitchell Polk.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, this has been a good defensive strategy so far. I know they put 2 touchdowns on the ball, on the board, but here's the deal, Mark. The defense has made them work for it. And granted, they went down the field, but it's taken them over 10 plays each drive. So that's a win-win, I think. Now, last week against Drew Central, hey, they put 30-something plus. So, hey, look, if we can keep them on this 14-point track until half and us just manage something big right here, hey, tit for tat, that's all we got to do. They score, we score, and then get them in the end.
Fountain Lake coming out of the timeout here. A big play ahead of us. 4th down and 8. Football at the 12-yard line of the Smackover Buckaroos. Pressure's on for the men in purple and white tonight, making the 2-hour trip south to Smackover High School.
I don't see Case Hare out there again, Mark.
No, I don't either. Cooper Bus is in the shotgun. He's got Devin Williams by his side. Harness and Harwood wide to the left. 2 additional receivers to the right. Here we go.
With the blitz. They're coming
trying
with
to
the
draw
blitz.
him off sides. No go. Buzz takes the snap, throws across the middle, looking for a man, and I think he's got it. There's a touchdown through the middle, and it's going to be Peyton Harwood coming up with the rock. Oh, my goodness. A 12-yard touchdown pass, and the Cobras are back on the board.
Holy cow. It looked like he was just throwing away, Mark. Hey, he looked, like it was going out of the end zone. And sure enough, Harness come across, and they zigzag with Harwood grabbing the ball. And 6 points later, and a PAT to go. And
here's the kick from Jordan on its way. Good. We're
Ooh.
tied 14 all. 11:02 to go. Let's take a break. We're back in a moment right here on 92.9 KVRE. Back here at Smackover High School, the band is playing. They're celebrating a huge touchdown pass. Cooper Bus to Peyton Harwood, a 12-yard score. It's Bus's first touchdown pass of the night, and a huge reception to tie this game. Tracy, ice in their veins. That was a high-pressure situation for Fountain Lake, and they came out on the winning end of it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm jamming with the band right now, Mark.
I see your head bopping. Oh, yeah.
Bringing some of
Play Freebird.
Some of those old good times, I'm telling you, Mark, nothing like it in the world. But, yeah, just as you thought he was throwing it away, good catch right there for a touchdown.
Nate Jordan's kick is on its way, and it's a line drive picked up by the Buckaroos. Wrestled down around the 38-yard line of Smackover. That's where the Buckaroos will open up shop here. It looks like on the return, number 6, Tracy Parler.
And tackled by Nate Jordan, so take that one.
He does it all. He kicks, he tackles, he serves water at halftime.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that hip flexor right now is bothering him too much. He's got 2 PATs and 3 tackles so far, Mark.
But now it's up to the Cobra defense to respond here. Tit for tat, fine, but can you stop the Buckaroos when they get the ball offensively? 1st and 10 Bucks. 38-yard line of Smackover, moving left to right on your radio dial. Polk, the snap, handoff to a new running back now, number 11, Madison McElroy. McElroy tackled, brought down just shy of midfield here. It's going to be enough, I believe, to move the chains.
Well, if it's not, it's close to it on that jet sweep. That kid has got a motor, and I'm glad that they were able to get him to the small side of the field, because otherwise he was rolling.
Gain of 11 on the run by McElroy. Madison McElroy, the 5'8", 150-pound running back.
Sophomore, another one of the sophomores coming up, Mark.
His first carry of the ball game. Clock ticking, 10:43 to go in the first half. Polk, handoff, McElroy. McElroy tries the left-hand side this time, evading tacklers, and one man to beat, and the Cobras will stop him. A touchdown-saving tackle from Keegan Klorick. That could have been bad news for Cobra Country.
Well, Mark, obviously the young man that stretched his leg out a while ago, that was their original running back, has not come back in, so he's taken over. But here's the kicker. The strategy should not change. You've got to keep these guys inside the tackle box. These DNs, these outside linebackers, they've got to contain, Mark. That's the whole story.
Ball's at the 42 at Fountain Lake, 2nd down and 1 for the Buckaroos. Polk, the snap, takes the snap, throws across the middle, has a man, he breaks a tackle, touchdown saving tackle made by Jalen Johnson, caught him by the shoestrings. Big pickup for Jaden Bryant, making his first reception of the night. It is a huge pickup, well inside the 10 to the 9.
Yeah, Mark, and he was wide open. Soft defense right now for our D-backs. I don't know if that's a call. It's a cover 2 formation, so somebody should be heads up on that guy with a little bump and run.
It's the biggest offensive play of the night for the Buckaroos, a 33-yard pass. Here's the handoff right up the middle.
He's just dragging defenders.
This will be
Mark.
McElroy inside the 5, down to around the 3. They're going to give him down to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
I mean, he's just dragging guys with him, Mark, right now. And it's a hot night out here tonight, Mark. I'm going to be honest with you. It's rather warm, and I understand that, kids trying not to go both ways. A little tired.
Cobras struggling to contain the Buckaroos here in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Buckaroos trying to regain the lead on this play. 10 on the play clock. Polk sends McElroy to his left-hand side, directly beside him. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Polk looking for running room up the middle. He's into the end zone.
Nobody touched him.
Touchdown, Buckaroos. Polk with 2 passing scores now has a rushing score. It's a 3-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, this offense has got the defense a little on their heels right now, and they're still playing a good ball game. I'll be honest with you, Mark. They're just right now running a series of plays that either involves a dive, and we alluded to this earlier, Mark, with their offensive line. They've got a heavy-laden senior line that has played together for quite some time, and they're making the difference right now.
Judson Wolf to attempt the PAT, the snap, the hold, the kick. It is up, and it is through the uprights. 21-14, Smackover. 8:57 to go. We'll stay right here with Fountain Lake due to get the ball next.
Mark, and here's one thing, we've got some of the younger kids out there doing their best, but this is going to be one of the better teams that we're going to see all year. Even when we get into the 7-4A, this is a heavy-laden senior team. And I'll be honest with you, this is a non-conference game, but a learning position right here because, like I said, they've got some of the best offensive guys that we're going to see this year. And this is a good time to learn how to tackle. Now, by now you would think, oh, man, you learned that in Pee Wee and junior high. Well, no. There's always some guys out there that are a little bit better as you get further into high school, and they've got to learn to break down. And when I say break down, they've got to keep their focus. They got to eye the bottom of that number, and then they've got to charge in there. And that's just a learning curve, Mark.
8:57 to play in the first half here at Smackover High School. The Cobras trail once again, 21-14. Wolf will kick it off from the 40-yard line. Cobras will receive, moving right to left on your radio dial. Wolf signals his line. Kick on its way, deep end over end, and it's picked up by the Cobras down around the 11-yard line. Here comes Fountain Lake on the move, looking for running lane up the middle, past the 25, looks like to the 28-yard line, and that turned a potentially bad return into somewhat manageable. And a great return there by Fountain Lake. I believe it's Keegan Clorick that returns that.
Yeah, if you noticed, Mark, the previous 3 kicks had been pooch kicks.
Yes,
and
that's
so
right.
They came back and tried to pull a little quick one on
trying to
Fountain
catch the
Lake.
Cobras
Right.
sleeping, yeah.
And we didn't fall for it. And Clark, he picked the ball up, made sense of it, and saw where the wall was set up and made the best of it. So out to the 27-yard line, not a bad return considering what he has to work with.
Fountain Lake goes to work. 27-yard line is where they open up shop. Bus in the backfield with Devin Williams directly to his right. I see Harness and Harwood wide out to the left-hand side. Hare and Dalen Morris wide to the right for the Cobras in the 4 wide. And we've got a penalty flying. Do we have delay a game here? The Cobras did not get a play call off in time.
They didn't reset the clock.
Yeah, hang on a second. Tracy, you're right.
They didn't reset the clock.
And another thing to note here, I'm looking across the stadium here.
They didn't reset the clock, Coach. They didn't reset it.
So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Fountain Lake to open up this drive.
Well, that's unfortunate right there.
1st and 15, same formation for Bus and the boys. Now backed up to the 22 of Fountain Lake. On 1st down, Cobras take the snap. Quick pitch, Harwood, left-hand side. He turns on the Jets, gets a good block from Harness, and he's going to get maybe a 4-yard gain here. Harwood with the reception, a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
A good tackle there, good strategy. We got a kid on the sideline. They got thumped pretty good.
Yeah, I got a couple of youngsters here. Looks like for Smackover, possibly with the chain gang here. One of them got hit.
Yeah, one of the young buckaroos that plays Pee Wee football.
That's right.
Hope he's okay. Hope he's okay.
2nd and 11 now. Football boosted out to the 26-yard line. Bus the snap. Has time. Deep bomb. Downfield. Hare couldn't reel it in. Got one hand on it. And right in his face all the way was Jeremiah King. It was great pass defense. And that's going to bring up 3rd down on the incompletion.
Hey, that's been a tough battle all night long.
It's
Mark,
been a big battle. 2 big men out there.
Those guys are getting after it. And you'll see those guys playing on Saturday somewhere. I'm telling you right now. But what a battle there. But that was still a very catchable ball, just a little bit off the fingertips. But, Mark, right now, we've got to respond. We did a while ago with that big 3rd down, and this is another one of those big 3rd downs.
3rd and 11. Fountain Lake with its back against the wall, trailing by 7 from the 26. Bus takes the snap. Quick pitch, Williams. He's got the catch. Flags fly.
This guy's going to call another penalty.
Williams would have had a 1st down here. This grab is going to be negated. It's holding against Fountain Lake.
That's 4 penalties that head ref has called so far.
That's a big one against the Cobras. Williams would have had the catch and run. It would have been enough. Now they're going to have to do it again, but from a longer distance. It's a 10-yard holding penalty. That one is tough. It remains 3rd down. Fountain Lake now operating from its own 16-yard line when it needs the 37.
Well, I would say a short bus ride.
Bus may be starting the bus right now and seeing who's going to meet him downfield.
Okay.
8:32 to go here in the first half. 3rd down and what looks to be 21. Quick pitch, Case Hare. Hare makes the catch down at the 21. It's a gain of 5. It's 4th down and long.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Yeah, you got to go a little bit further than that on a big 3rd down. But this punt right now with 8:15 still in the 2nd quarter,
That could be a
Somehow,
game changer
yeah.
right here. The Cobras have struggled to contain the Buckaroos so far tonight. And now, not matching score for score, they will punt it away here. Case Hare gave it everything he had, but there were 2 Buckaroos waiting for him as soon as he caught the rock. Clock rolling, under 8 minutes to go here in the first half at Smackover. 4th down and about 17. Flags fly.
Flag.
Well, they let time run out, Tracy.
Again.
No, timeout, Fountain Lake.
No, I don't. Boy, we got a line judge over here that helped us out because that clock had expired, Mark. That clock had expired, and I'm gonna tell you what, that head official back there, he's itchy with the flag. He was pulling it out already, and this line judge over here helped us out tremendously, Mark. So, but had to burn another timeout though. So
looks like 4th down and 16. Ball at the 21-yard line. I assume the Cobras will still punt it away here, but I do notice a noticeable substitution here. Anderson Davis now coming in to man the line on the punt team here.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, though, they've got a guy back there that we've already had a problem with all night long, and that Jamari Robinson. And
he is ready to strike. He is at the midfield stripe right here awaiting the punt.
We just moved again.
Yeah, this is false start against the Cobras.
Again.
That's going to back up the punt even further. Yikes. When it rains, it pours. Fountain Lake just trying to get rid of the football now before shooting itself in the foot even more. That backs the Cobras up to the 16-yard line. Here we go.
Well, you're right. When it rains, it pours. And even on a full moon tonight, there's still a little bit of precipitation out there.
Cobras set back to punt. Here's the snap. It's a fake downfield, and it's nearly intercepted.
What in the world? The receiver was not even looking for it.
The Cobras are going to turn it over. Yikes. Deep inside Buckaroo territory. It was a punt fake, and it was nearly intercepted. Smackover is going to take over with great field position from the 16.
But numbers, the receiver never turned around, Mark.
There was
was never looking
There
for
was
it.
a miscommunication down on the field between QB and receiver, and now the defense is going to be asked to stand tall, starting this drive inside the Cobra red zone. Here we go, Polk and the boys. I formation now. Polk moving into the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off Brown. Brown up the middle, inside the 10. Couple of tacklers coming in, down to the turf, wrestled down at about the 8, gain of 8. On the carry, number 3, Joseph Brown, gain of 8 for the Buckaroos here.
Well, he's just running over people, Mark. I mean, literally running over people.
Brown has had a very productive night in the running game tonight. 2nd down and 1 down at the Cobra 7-yard line. Polk's going to bring Brown in right beside him to his left-hand side. Here's a handoff. Here's a flag. Hang on a second. This is false start against the Buckaroos. Now, sometimes you take these free wins, so to speak, for the Cobras. We haven't seen many penalties tonight for the Buckaroos. Unless I missed one, Tracy. I believe that's their first.
That is the first one, and he had to call that because the whole line shifted before he snapped the ball. And what caused that was our defense shift, and we actually was bringing on with a blitz formation. And once we shifted, they shifted. He had to call the flag then.
From the 12-yard line, 2nd and 6 for Polk and the Buckaroos. The snap, the handoff to Brown. Brown up the middle, and a big stop by the defense there. Jaden Irwin puts a helmet down on the running back and finally stopping some of that production there. It's no gain on the play. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Now, a huge penalty prior to this play, and then the big stop right here makes it a big-time effort.
3rd and 6. Ball down at the 12-yard line of the Fountain Lake Cobras. Buckaroos operate out of the shotgun, 3 wide right. They're going to send a man in motion. Jamari Robinson to the middle. Polk takes the snap. Pressure's coming.
Holding all the way.
It's holding all day long, and they'll take a deep shot to the end zone, incomplete. But all along the whole play, and I'm so surprised they continue to do it, manhandled for the Cobras was number 30, Cole Roston.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it was from the very get-go, but
And the Cobras are going to take the penalty, it looks like here.
Oh,
and
no doubt.
Back
They're
up the
gonna back 'em up.
Buckaroos,
Yeah.
absolutely, instead of the incompletion, bringing up 4th down.
No, it'll be third and about whatever, Mark. What do you got, 17 on there?
Yeah, so the ball's at the 22-yard line. They need the 6.
Yeah.
16.
Yep.
Third and 16 coming up. Now the Buckaroos have made big plays. Polk has had a 28-yard pass tonight, and it was for a touchdown. 3rd and 16. Cobra defense looking to stand tall. Here's the snap. Pressure coming. Polk throws. End zone. Caught.
Wide open.
Touchdown, Buckaroos.
Wide.
Who else? Number 0, Jamari Robinson. That one's good for the score, 22 yards.
I'm not sure. And I know they're doing a cover 2 right now, but as it is right now, they have no answer for across the middle. Plus, with no pressure on the quarterback, he had all day to throw the ball. And he made the connection, Mark, and now up 2 scores. Cobra's got to come back and strike back with 6:16 left, Mark.
Wolf will attempt the PAT for the Buckaroos, looking to double up the Cobras. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Kick is on its way, and the kick is good. 28-14. We'll take a break. 6:16 to go in the first half. We're back in a moment right here on 92.9 KVRE. Live from Smackover High School, Fountain Lake Football. He's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. This is Fountain Lake Football. On your home for the Cobras, 92.9 KVRE Hot Springs Village. Live online at kvre.com and on iHeartRadio. 28-14, Buckaroos. Polk to Robinson. It was a 22-yard touchdown pass, and now the Buckaroos have the Cobras trailing by 2 scores. Here's the kickoff. Devin Williams fields the kickoff, makes some running room up the middle past the 40, out to around the 41-yard line. Good field position for the Cobras. Opening up shop here. It was a fake punt pass incompletion, which stalled out the Cobras. Now, the defense looked pretty good on that last drive. It was just the one big play that found pay dirt for the Buckaroos. Almost had them stopped for the first time tonight, but the trend continues. Buckaroos get the ball. Buckaroos score the ball.
Here's one of the biggest things, though, right now is look, don't lose confidence in yourself. Obviously, the offense has been able to move the ball. And, hey, look, we've had a couple of miscues, but we're playing a really good team right now, Mark. And I know we're down by 2 scores. We come back and make another drive right here and get 7 points. Take some time off the clock. We'll be all right.
1st and 10 Cobras from the 42.
That's holding.
Handoff Williams, and yeah, this is going to be holding
holding
against the Cobras. A big penalty against Fountain Lake here. It was going to be a huge loss on the play.
I think they'll decline it.
They may decline this, Tracy. I believe that this is going to be a loss.
Yeah, they'll decline it.
I mean, he lost he lost 5 yards on the carry. We're going to see.
If not more.
Coach Harrison for the Buckaroos trying to find the spot of the football scene. Let me think. What am I going to take here? Am I going to take the penalty, or am I going to let it go?
Well, we've already sent in a play.
Declined.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Going to decline it. So it's going to be a loss of 5 on the carry by Devin Williams. That brings up 2nd down for the Cobras here.
Well, Mark, and here's granted they've got 17 seniors on their line. On their offense, defense starters. Big difference. Makes a big difference.
So the ball is going to be backed up to the 34-yard line. Fountain Lake with the ball. Now the officials are going to talk about it here. There's an official timeout down on the field to talk about the situation. 6:16 to go in the first half here at Smackover High School. Buckaroos leading at 28-14. And they're going to talk about it, and they're going to give the Cobras 2 extra yards forward, saying that Williams had more forward progress than it appeared. It's a loss of 3 instead of a loss of 5. All right, 2nd down due up for Fountain Lake here. Cooper Buss operating out of the shotgun. Williams by his side, sends Harwood in motion to the right-hand side. The snap, sends a man downfield. Buss throws on the run, overthrows Harwood by about a mile. Incomplete pass.
Well, obviously the strategy there was while he had him in motion, was trying to get him upfield just to gain anything right now because of the big loss on 1st down. But now our back's against the wall.
In a big way. Now it's 3rd down and long. 3rd and 16.
No, that shouldn't be.
Ball at the 36-yard line.
It should be manageable, though, Mark. We've seen them pick them up before.
Now you got 2 plays to get there, absolutely.
We've seen them pick them up before, and obviously we've gone up for it on 4th down. Let's see what happens.
Bus and the boys look confident here, lining up on the big 3rd down here. Bus in the shotgun, Williams by his side, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Harwood and Hare wide to the right. Quick pitch. Harwood makes the catch. Evades a defender. Foot race down the field. Harwood, I believe, has the 1st down and then some. Past the 45 to the 47.
No, he's not. He's
no, you're right.
You're
You're right, Tracy. He is short. My apologies. The band.
Well, Mark, in all honesty, it's hard. We're up here in the stands trying to look over everybody.
We're looking over the band now.
And now the band's literally moved in front of us. Obviously, y'all have heard them.
I'm going to stand
up.
So
it's time for us to all stand up. You guys at home, stand up. Let's get a stretch right quick.
It is a gain of 11, though, on the reception.
Well, like
Bust
we said,
to
Mark,
Harwood.
very manageable, though.
I mean, it's 4th down by 2 scores. I'm not surprised if the Cobras just go for it here. You're around midfield at the 47. You miss all the opportunities you don't take. 4th and 5. Bus going to try to draw him off sides? No, he'll take the snap. Looking, has time. He's going to take it himself. Throws on the run, looking for Hare. No, it's broken up. Incomplete. And the Cobras are going to turn it over on downs.
Wide open.
Preston Harness.
Wide open.
Didn't even get a look downfield.
Yeah, I mean, nobody is even covering him.
Cobras are going to turn it over on downs in the 2nd consecutive possession. Smackover takes over inside Cobra territory at the Fountain Lake 47.
Well, in all honesty, Mark, he's being, the first couple of times when they were out on the field, he wasn't pressured. He's getting, they're bringing everybody. They know that it's effective, and they're blitzing every play, and we honestly cannot block it.
1st and 10 Buckaroos. Polk in the shotgun. 1 man by his side. Fakes the handoff. Quick pitch. Left-hand side. It's Robinson on the catch. Robinson leveled down around the 45-yard line. And now some pushing and shoving down low. One of our Cobra players was stepped on, Tracy. Flags will fly.
They better bring this one back.
I believe that's Michael O'Brien literally took a cleat to the chest.
They better bring this one back.
It.
Oh, they're going to call it offsetting. You're horrible.
Personal fouls against both teams. Your favorite, Coach Matt Richardson, is absolutely furious. Offsetting personal fouls. Michael O'Brien got the worst of that one for sure. Coach Richardson's throwing his headset.
And he wants to get livid.
He's going to call a timeout just to talk to the officials here. What is going on?
Well, I'm going to tell you what's going on. And generally everybody knows this. The second guy, but he was just trying to get the guy off his foot.
Yeah. I mean, O'Brien was down on the ground. There's no excuse for that. The officials are going to talk about this here. I don't think it's going to be overturned. But that's got the Cobras fired up. And hey, even if it doesn't go Fountain Lake's way, even if it is just the offsetting penalties, you got to go to battle for your team right there. And Coach Richardson did just that.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You're going to see a coach right there. One for the kids, always for the kids. And you know what? Hey, I think it's turnover time here in just a second, Mark. They're getting a little bit too confident over there on the Buckaroo sideline. And we may just see what happens with could use a turnover right here big time.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Football at the 45-yard line. Robinson on the 2-yard reception.
Yeah, there's no way that was offsetting. Unbelievable. Bad call. Another zebra. With a wrong call.
Smackover with the ball. 2nd and 8. 5:06 to play in the half. Polk takes the snap. Pressure's coming, and he evades one tackle, stays on his feet, throws a home run ball downfield, just throws it away. Polk was able to dodge a bullet there. Incomplete pass is going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for Smackover here. Another big 3rd down for the Fountain Lake defense. They've got to come up strong with a stop here.
Well, just under 5 minutes to go. We can manage a stop right here. Of course, they're obviously in 4-down territory, Mark. They're going to go for it. But I say it's time for a turnover right now. The defense is known to do that, and let's see what happens.
3rd down and 8. Buckaroo ball at the 45-yard line. Fakes the handoff, gives the handoff up the middle.
Can't stop the run.
It's number 3 once again for the Buckaroos, Joseph Brown, and that will bring up 4th down and 1. It's a gain of 7. Is this the first 4th down we've seen tonight for the Buckaroos?
Yep. and short distance at that. We've stopped them a couple of times, if you remember when they gave the fullback the draw play, but this one right here has been very manageable for them all night long. Defense has got a blitz. They're playing way too off the line. Way too.
4th and 1, Buckaroos. Here's the snap. Polk takes it himself. He's going to pick it up. Polk and then some. Breaks 2 tackles. Off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 38 yards. The Bucks are back on the board.
Yeah, no, there was no containment at all right there. Defense got blocked at every angle.
The biggest run of the night for any Buckaroo, and it goes to the quarterback. He has his 2nd rushing touchdown tonight. Mitchell Polk had excellent blocking, and the Buckaroos pass 30. They're out to 34-14 over the Cobras here.
Yep.
Out to attempt the PAT is Wolf. Kick is on its way.
Good try.
Kick is good. We'll keep it right here. 35-14 Smackover. 4:07 to play in the second quarter.
Jalen Johnson doing all he could to block that one and almost got a finger on it. Good try there, young man, but once again, some great blocking. It's just basic offense. Nothing really fancy, Mark. He's just, like you said, very shifty. And so far, that has been the difference in the game tonight. Also, with them having 4 different running backs that have got touches so far and 3 different receivers. So, offense has got to come up with something right now to maybe just break the combination of what the Buckaroos have been able to develop.
21-point lead for the Buckaroos. 3 straight unanswered touchdowns for the Buckaroos. Couple of touchdown runs for Polk and a 22-yard touchdown pass. Polk has been on fire tonight. 3 through the air, 2 on the ground.
Mark, another change right here. Clorick's up front. Look who's back catching the ball now.
It's Peyton Harwood, the man deep back to return.
And Williams. Different strategy here. If he's going to kick one long, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what Wolf does here. Football teed up at the 40-yard line. Cobras returning right to left on your radio dial. High kick fielded by the Cobras. Devin Williams from the 31-yard line. Williams gets maybe 5-6 yards running on the right-hand side. Cobras hold on to the rock. They'll open up shop trailing by 21.
Well, thank goodness Williams came up and got it because it went right through a would-be catch by one of our Fountain Lake Cobras. I think right now you can feel the humidity in the air, Mark.
You're right.
If anything, I would take some of these gloves off because we've seen it go through the hands several times of our receivers.
Especially Case Hare tonight. Now, it wasn't always thrown perfectly to him, but Hare is due for a big reception tonight. We might see it on this drive here. Down 21, time to start taking some chances. 4:02 to play in the first half, and newsflash, Buckaroos get the football to start the third. 1st and 10, 37-yard line. Cobras moving right to left on your radio dial. Long field, bussing the gun. Williams, the running back, to his right-hand side. 3 wide left. 1 to the right.
Too much time again. They called another penalty, Mark.
Well, delay of game. And Tracy, I believe that the band may be throwing the Cobras off here.
They can't hear a thing because the band's playing. And they're not supposed to know what the offense is going on.
With 4:02 to go in the first half, it'll back them up 5 yards, 1st and 15.
Nobody does that.
From the 32-yard line now is Fountain Lake. So that backs up Bus 5 yards. It has Williams directly to his right, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Here's the snap. Bus drops back, has time. Home run ball for Hare. He's got it. Hare across the midfield stripe. Sometimes you call it, you ask for it. Hare comes up with a clutch catch for Fountain Lake. Move the chains. Big gain.
Good job, baby. Good job. Way to go, man. Finally, connection there. Hey, and a big gain there. Hey, still got plenty of time, but Mark, we want to take a little bit. I know we want to score, but we want to take a little bit of time off. You know, we don't want the Buckaroos getting the ball back. Let's go down and score right now.
It's a 35-yard pass to Case Hare. It's the longest pass of the night from Cooper Bus. 1st and 10 down now at the Buckaroo 33. Snap. Bus looking for Hare. Deja vu. Did he get it again? No.
Caught
it out of bounds. Pass caught, but carried out of bounds. It'll be an incomplete pass for Bus and the boys.
Mark, can I tell you this right now, as it is, you know that competition that we had going on earlier? Well, Robinson's out of the game, and he's got another defender on him right now, and that's making the difference right now. Hare's taking it to him.
All right, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 coming up. Ball at the 33-yard line. Cobras went to Hare twice. Harwood's feeling a little bit lonely. We'll see. Here's the snap. Bus has time. This time looking for Harwood, and no! He's hit after the catch. No flag. It'll be an
there's a flag here in the backfield, Mark.
Oh, there is. This will be holding, and this will be bad. A helmet flies off of a Buckaroo player. This one's going to back up the Cobras.
No, Mark, there's more than holding. It's a big time. He grabbed his face mask and pulled it off. It's not holding.
Yeah, you can't do that. Can't do it. Hey, coming up at halftime, we'll have our next Fountain Lake 50th anniversary interview. We really love this series this year. We talked to a very special young man that did great things on Friday nights for Cobra Country, went on to continue serving his community. That's all we can say. But more coming up at halftime, which is 3 minutes and 24 football seconds away here at Smackover High School. All right, this will be 2nd down and very long for the
20.
Cobras, 2nd and 20. Bus takes the snap.
He's got
Has
him.
Time, looking downfield for Hare. Hare might get it, and
it.
he's got the catch. Hare's got a huge gain, and I believe it's enough for a 1st down downfield. Hare was pushed on the play. I'm surprised there was no flag.
And now they got another.
I found the flag, Tracy.
Yeah.
It's at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You got to be kidding me. A great catch by Case Hare, negated at the offensive line.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough.
And who called it? He's going to – wait a minute, Mark. Yeah. Who called it? The head official once again.
So it's going to remain 2nd down, but the scoreboard says 2nd down and 30.
That's 9 flags that the head official has called against Fountain Lake.
Oh,
9
boy.
of them. Count them, boys.
This ball is back on the wrong side of the 50-yard line. It's at the 47 of Fountain Lake. 2nd down and 30.
Big-time play negated by, we'll just say a flag. Leave it as it is. Come on, boys. Let's get this 1st down.
They need a big pickup here. Bus takes the snap, fakes a handoff, throws across the middle. Hare was bumped. No flag.
No
Incomplete
flag.
pass.
Completely took him off his stride before the ball was even there.
There was contact when the ball was in the air. I've been doing this a long time, Tracy Simpson. That's going to be an incomplete pass, 3rd and 30, due up for the Cobras.
My goodness gracious. Well, I'll tell you what, hey, we've seen it happen before. And just one connection, and he's just got to go through his progressions. It all starts, though. The offensive line has got to manage a little bit better. Now, Buckaroo's not putting as much pressure right now. They're not blitzing. They're going into a prevent defense.
Harwood, man in motion to the
Ball
right.
on the ground.
Low snap. Bus is going to pick it up and run with it, but he's got to get rid of it quickly. Throws away, out of bounds. He had no chance, Tracy. The ball bobbled on the ground before it even got to Bus. It rolled to Cooper Bus. And with 2 men chasing him down, he had to throw it away. Incomplete pass, 4th and 30. They're going to punt it away. Boy, and it rains, it pours, and I don't even see a cloud in the sky tonight.
Mark, that's something that they've got to work on. That is something that's not, last week we saw it a lot and hoping it was getting fixed, but as it is right now, that's something that's uncalled for. We've got to get that. If nothing else, he needs to get under center and do a direct snap under center.
Now, we've seen the Cobra defense show some flashes of brilliance the longer that this game goes on. Be nice to stop the Bucks here and avoid going down 4 scores. Here's the punt on its way. Smackover is just going to let it roll.
Bounce,
they're
bounce.
not even going to let it roll, or they're not going to attempt a return. And this is a good roll all the way down well within the red zone. Looks like it's close to the 10-yard line. It's across the field on a natural grass surface. Tough to see in the spotlights of the stadium tonight. Looks like it's around the 11.
Mark, no flag.
Not this time.
After 6 consecutive flags, no flag. Okay, we're being positive for a change.
That's right, Tracy.
But I'm still telling you.
Way to be a team player.
We've got a turnover in our pocket, Mark, this defense. Look, they've been whooped a little bit, but you know what? They're not going to give up. That's not the Cobra way. And they could possibly get a turnover right here, and we could get right back in this ball game with just 3 minutes left in the half.
All right, Smackover has the football on its own 10-yard line, a 90-yard field ahead for Mitchell Polk and the boys. 2:56 to go in the first half. Polk takes the snap, quick pitch right-hand side, and it's an incompletion.
I'm going to tell you what that does, though, Mark. That stops the clock.
It does stop the clock, and Smackover wants as much time as possible. They'd love to punch one in, go up 28, get the ball to start the third, go down, score, start the sportsmanship clock. That's the goal if you're wearing black tonight.
Well, and our goal right now is to get a turnover somehow, some way.
Yes.
Whether it's on downs or an interception or a fumble. We got to get this ball back.
2nd and 10 from the 10.
Flags
fly everywhere.
Yep,
this is going to be false start against the offense. It's going to back them up. Hey, you don't have a whole lot of room to work with. Now you're back at your own 5-yard line.
Well, the one was nullified, so that didn't count. So that's 2 flags against them. And once again, the whole line moved when we did that defensive shift. So we may have something there to work with in the second half, Mark. That seems to work a little bit.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd down and 15 from the Smackover 5-yard line. This is an opportunity if you're Fountain Lake. If you can get in and pressure that quarterback, great things could happen here. There hasn't been a lot of pressure on Mitchell Polk tonight.
Blitz, the blitz, Mark. Here we go.
Here comes the blitz, and the catch is off. Now flags fly. Looks like a holding penalty perhaps, but the catch and run on its way. And who else? It's number 3, Joseph Brown. Now Brown looks like he's going to go all the way, and he's going to run 95 yards here. But I'm telling you right now, the touchdown's going to come off the board.
It's coming back.
A 95-yard touchdown pass is about to be wiped away for the Bucks.
Yeah,
it was a great play without the flag, don't get me wrong. But it's holding, and that's going to back up the Buckaroos to the 2.5.
Well, that was a sensational call on the Buckaroos' behalf. Just as we pulled up the blitz, I don't know if we gave it away, but their quarterback audibled that screen pass, and that worked to a T, except for, well, the one hole, which was obvious. It looked more like a takedown from one of your wrestling leagues, Mark.
So Polk and the Buckaroos backed up to the 2.5-yard line here. Not a whole lot of room behind them. The blitz came in, but Polk found a way out of it with the reception. It was holding that called that touchdown back. Here we go. 2nd down and 17 from the 3-yard line. Buckaroos literally standing in their own end zone, looking for the play here. Polk, the snap. Handoff, Brown.
Handoff.
Brown gets a short gain up the middle. Tackle made by Davis.
And
the Fountain Lake Cobras are going to come up with the football.
Did I call it?
Brown's going to fumble it. The Cobras get the rock. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Fountain Lake's going to take over at what appears to be the 4-yard line. Knock, knock, knocking on the door.
How about that, Mark?
Boy, momentum. And
you've called a few.
A flag just kept this game from being a 28-point deficit. Fountain Lake can now make this a respectable 14-point game. There's still 2:25 to go before halftime.
All right.
Here comes Bus and the boys, and this is why you never wave the white flag. Well, Bus in the shotgun. Ball at the looks like the 5-yard line. First and goal.
Still in the spread offense.
Fumble recovery. Low snap.
On the ground
Bus
again.
takes it himself.
And his knee went to the ground. Bus has got to stop, Mark.
Bus did everything he could. He had to secure the football first, but he grabbed the ball with his knee on the ground. It is a loss of yardage, but it's back-to-back plays now on 2 separate possessions. There's going to be a lot talked about in the halftime locker room tonight.
Well, no doubt, but they are in the Big Red Zone right now with Big Red Realty, providing real estate services since 1978.
Loss of 4, with Bus having to take the knee on that play there. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Bus takes the snap, looking for a man, and it's in and out of Harwood's hands. Intercepted. Uh-oh, here come the Bucks coming the other way. Bus comes in and puts a stop to it here, but it's an interception in the end zone, and fists are flying down on the turf. Harwood is visibly upset. It bounced off of his fingertips, and someone just happened to be there wearing a black jersey.
Went right through his hands, and they're the old tip drill that all D-backs and D-coaches know so well. Up in the air, and sure enough, turnover for turnover, something that we didn't need. And just like you said a while ago, Mark, momentum shift man, oh man, you talk about a killer. But hey, if we did it once, we can do it again. Right now with a minute 55 left in the half, just, hey, we can do it again. Let's see what happens.
Here comes Polk and the Buckaroos with 1:55 to go. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 10. Deja vu dating back to the last Buckaroo drive. Polk takes the snap, throws a deep bomb downfield,
wide
and
open.
overthrows his intended receiver. He was wide open. Braxton Bryant was looking for 6.
Yeah, Clark is not – he's misreading these somehow. I'm not sure, Mark, but he, as for the strong safety, you've got to cheat towards the strong side of the field. And right now the read is wrong because they had 3 set up on this side, and you overload, especially on a man 2 right now. But somehow he's just not getting the read, and he's been beaten on that 3 times now.
Clock stopped, 1:49 to play in the second quarter. It's 35-14 Smackover. Handoff. This one to Brown. Davis and Johnson come in and make the stop. Boy, there's a lot of physicality happening down on the field. The ball looks like it popped free, but Smackover is able to fall on top of it. Short yardage gain there. Smackover may just be content with running the ball, running the clock, and after coughing up the rock with the fumble, saying, you know what, we're okay. We still got 2 quarters to go in this one. We're going to let that clock roll. It's 3rd down and 7. Football at the 13-yard line of Smackover.
Yep, they've still got 2 timeouts if they want to try to pull a sneaky one there, Mark.
Oh, and I think they will. Polk in the shotgun here. And I bet he goes to the pass here. Quick pitch, left-hand side. Oh, yeah, screen pass, left-hand side.
Nobody
picked up by Robinson. This could be trouble. Foot race down the field. Robinson beat everybody. Robinson's going to put on a show in front of the home crowd. No flags. Touchdown, Buckaroos. 87 yards.
No tackles. He broke through 4 different tackles. I mean, just absolutely not putting a hat on him at all, trying some arm tackling up high. You're not going to do that on a big kid. You're just not going to do that. You've got to wrap around, and somehow some tackle drills are obviously going to be coming up next week.
53 seconds to go in the half. The Buckaroos finally got their touchdown. The one was wiped off the board. They answered back with another big one. Big gain, 87 yards. Robinson to the house. Here comes the PAT, looking to make it 42-14. Snap, hold, kick, on its way, and good. With less than a minute to go, we'll stay right here.
Well, Mark, now obviously, you know, the key here is just try to work on something that you know, a non-conference, that's what it's all about, Mark. You know, they'll more than likely bring in their JV because we're close right now to the mercy rule. But still some things to work on, and we'll see if Fountain Lake can keep their head up and just try something different. Main thing is don't turn the ball over right now, obviously, and let's get into the halftime if we can. But once again, they've got 2 timeouts left, Mark, so I don't know if they'll try to go ahead and put it a little bit further out there for Fountain Lake to keep up, but maybe a good catch right here and return the ball down the field. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, success on this drive looks like maybe taking some shots downfield. You've got 2 great receivers who are really starting to pick things up as the game goes along. Here comes the kickoff. Harwood's going to catch it from the 24-yard line. Harwood gets a good block. Harwood's got space. 1 man to beat. They're going to wrap him up and stop him, but Harwood with an excellent return. You asked for it. You got it. Harwood puts the Cobras inside Buckaroo territory. 49 seconds to go.
Mark, and I'm going to tell you what, that was Harwood. You know, that was one of those pooch kicks because they knew they were way back. He came sprinting up, calling it, telling everybody to get out of the way, and they did. They got out of the way, but what they did right was they set up that wall and absolutely to a T as they blocked for him, and he was managed to get down into Buckaroo territory. So score here, just anything to shift that momentum, Mark.
The Cobras are looking to go 38 yards in 49 seconds. 1st and 10, Fountain Lake moving right to left on your radio dial. They're down by 28. Bust the snap, looking for Hare. Quick pitch, right-hand side. Hare turns on the Jets, sweeps to the right, and he is brought out of bounds, which will stop the clock. Good gain there by Case Hare on the catch and run. We'll see where they spot him.
No give up right now. Hey, even the score's a little walloped, but you know what? Here we go again. Once again, hey, strategies are still the same. Let's just get something in the end zone and try to make something positive. I'll allude to what you said earlier. Buckaroos get the ball when we come out.
That's right. Gain of 16. Bus to Hare. 1st and 10 from the 23. Now whistles blowing everywhere. Official timeout.
Official timeout. They're setting up the they're something with the
something
markers.
wrong with the down marker.
Yeah. Now they're ready. They just didn't have it spotted on the right area.
Ball is at the 23-yard line of Smackover. Fountain Lake would love to punch one in before the break. 40 seconds to go. Still plenty of time to do so. 1st and 10. Bus in the gun. Williams by his side. 4 wide. 2 wide
Balls
left.
everywhere.
2 wide right.
Balls everywhere.
Bus the ball is a low snap. Bus picks it up off the ground. Problem is his knee was on the ground when he touched it. It's another loss of yardage there for the Cobras. Look, it's not Cooper Bus's fault. I mean, he's securing the football and making sure Smackover doesn't pick up a fumble and run it back to the house there. It's a very unfortunate miscue, and it's happened more often than not.
Ball on the ground again.
It just happened again. Bus throws across the middle, and he just had to throw it away. I mean, it was intended for Harwood. There was no close connection there. Bus just had to get rid of it because he had 2 defenders in his face. The low snaps have really disrupted the offensive rhythm so far tonight for Fountain Lake in a big way. Now it's 3rd down and 15.
Mark, I beg the question once again, can he not get the ball from under the center? I know that's not what they key in. Their offense is not dedicated to that, but it would be a lot better than what we've seen so far.
15 seconds to go. 3rd and 15. Bus takes a really low snap, reels it in. Now he's thinking about 6 here. Here comes the jailbreak. He's going to have to throw it away. That's going to stop the clock with 8 seconds left. 4th down coming up for the Cobras.
And Bus has his right hand. Something's up, Mark. Something's up. This is not a good sign.
He's pointing to his right wrist or maybe even his right thumb.
He just did something to his hand. It almost looks like he dislocated it.
Fountain Lake doesn't have a timeout here, I don't think.
No, but on an injury.
It is an official timeout.
He needs to sit down, though. He needs to sit down.
Yeah, Cooper Bus is in a lot of pain here. There is something going on with his right thumb here. We've got a pretty decent vantage point from where we sit in the stands here. An official timeout, an injury timeout here. It possibly looks like a dislocation. I think you're right.
Mark, what happened was that once the snap was low and he retrieved it,
yeah,
he rolled to the right, and one of the D linemen were already in his face. And when he threw the ball, his hand went forward, I believe, and hit the opposing player's helmet. And that's, and as hard as he throws, it just happens to those dislocations. That's what happens sometimes. So he's obviously in pain, but we'll see what happens. And now the official's trying to hurry the game up and get somebody else out here. Quality.
Well, I think Cooper Bus is going to have to come out.
Well, he definitely will. Because
Cooper Bus is going to have to come out here. And now whistle's blowing. And I'm afraid that Fountain Lake may get a delay of game here. It's already 4th down.
Well, he can't do it until the play clock starts.
All right, here we go. The play clock just started. The Cobras are going to have an opportunity here, but Cooper Bus is not out on the field for this 4th down here.
Well, Mark, that's what I was saying. If he'd have laid down in the middle of the field, it would have taken all the time in the world. But since he walked off to the sidelines, then they can start the clock. That's something.
Here's Case Hare in the shotgun.
And the ball down
low
the ground
snap,
again.
Picks it up. He's going to throw deep to the end zone. Home run ball is picked off.
Why would you catch the ball?
Robinson catches it, runs out the back of the end zone. It'll be a turnover.
Well, why would you do that when the ball? Well, wait a minute.
No, it's
the ball's back. The ball's back there.
No, Tracy, he caught it out of bounds. Smackover is going to take over from where the ball lied, which I believe is the 29-yard line. That's what happened here. Hare threw it just outside the back of the end zone. Robinson reeled it in, but it was out of bounds already.
No, it's a touchback. They put it on the 20-yard line, Mark. He caught it in the end zone.
No, you're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
It's
Robinson catches it, runs out the back. Smackover is going to run out the clock. We've reached halftime here at the land of the Buckaroo. 42-14, your score. When we come back, an exclusive Fountain Lake 50th anniversary interview with a special young man that lit up the scoreboard multiple times on Friday nights and now stays close to home, helping the community that he calls home. More on quarterback James Cooper when we return, right here, 92.9 KVRE. It's the 50th anniversary of Fountain Lake football, and all season long, we're catching up with old friends that help shape this generation of Fountain Lake football, whether it be former coaches, maybe even former players. We're joined by Doctor of Chiropractic Medicine, James Cooper, the quarterback. James, we're literally sitting in your office right now. You have your own clinic that you run with your wife. Boy, a lot has happened since we interviewed you last on the field as a high school student athlete. How are things with you and your family?
Yeah, no, lots happened. So my wife and I, we've been in practice over here, opened up last year, end of January, and we've just been rocking and rolling. We're a full-fledged family practice, so we take care of babies, toddlers, kids, young athletes, just the whole gamut. We're doing great.
Obviously a standout student athlete in your time as a Cobra, but what inspired you to take the next step and say goodbye to the game and say hello to the world of medicine?
So in my childhood, my mother, still to this day, she practices nursing. She's a home health nurse now, but for 30 plus years, she was a registered nurse in the emergency room over here at St. Joe's, or CHI, St. Vincent. And then my dad, he was actually a founding member of the ambulance service here in town, so everybody knows of LifeNet, but before then it was Life Mobile, and before then it was Hot Spring, Garland County Ambulance Service. So his badge number started with a 0. So I grew up in healthcare. That's truthfully how I got kind of involved with it. You know, growing up in it, that's all I ever knew. I knew I had a servant heart being from a family of healthcare providers, but then my grandfather being a Southern Baptist preacher. So, I mean, those qualities were already there, you know, so it was an easy transition. I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't realize that I was going to become a chiropractor.
Let's back up a little bit and talk about your time as a student athlete as well. What are some of your favorite moments and memories that you made on your time on the turf with your teammates?
There's nothing like the bond that you make in football. You know, for all the summer practices you go through the 15 weeks of season, you know, just one week after another, and just that bond, it's there. Regardless if you've never seen the person since you graduated from high school or you still talk to them every day.
What does it mean to you to be able to stay close to home and be able to represent, support, and really heal the community that you call home?
Hot Springs is very unique, and so being able to just be a small part of that, keeping the community up and running in that capacity through chiropractic care, it's like I tell folks all the time, it's like there's nothing special about me. I'm just a good old boy from north part of the county up there in Fountain Lake, and I just put stuff back where it goes. So
going back to your time at Fountain Lake, tell me about some of maybe the role models, the mentors, the leaders that you feel like really helped shape who you've become today.
The first person that comes to mind is Coach D. My dad passed away when I was in 6th grade. So having a father figure growing up in the household was not something that I had. Coach D, having that father figure for me is something that I gravitated towards. Coach Giller and Coach Dad, Coach Shelton, Coach DeArmond. But then also, too, you got to throw it over to the folks down in the classroom. Miss Wade, the math teacher, she is one lady that knows about adversity and puts you through it. If you don't know what it is, she's going to make you figure it out. But then you throw in, too, like Miss Kathy. She keeps kids in line just as much as coaches do. Mr. J. Band's just as important on Friday nights as it is the football team that's playing in front of you. And Mr. J is an absolute legend there at Fountain Lake. So there's many folks, not just even from the football staff and all the memories there. No, it's the whole community there. It really is.
So from high school football quarterback to doctor of chiropractic medicine, you're a husband, you're a father of 2. What's next for James Cooper?
When you love something so much, when you get involved in people's lives, you want to give back to them, not only as a person, but you want to give back to the entire community in some way, shape, or form. One of the first things that we did was get involved with Majestic Park. Majestic Park's a great asset to this community here in town. Having seen the transformation over there, we jumped in, plugged in, and Majestic Park has been a great kind of partnership, us working with them and them working with us on just giving back to the community.
And now that we celebrate 50 years of Fountain Lake Cobra football, what's some advice that you would give to this generation of Cobras?
everything that your coach is telling you is going to come back to you some way, shape, or form. You may not realize it on Friday night, but you'll probably realize it on Thursday night when you're cramming for a test. You may realize that on a Tuesday morning whenever, a relational thing happens and you're between a rock and a hard space. There's a lot of things that football teaches, not just on the field, but a lot about in life. And so I think the coaching staff that we had, led by Coach Gillerin, but then you got great assistants with Coach D, Coach Det, Coach Yarman, and Coach Shelton. I mean, every single one of them, great advice on the field and off the field. It all plugs and plays together. So just take every bit of advice, put it in your back pocket, because I promise it's going to come out later on.
Dr. James Cooper of Power Chiropractic here in Hot Springs. All season long, we'll be featuring former players and coaches that made an impact on their time at Fountain Lake Charter High School. This is 50 years of Fountain Lake football on 92.9 KVRE. Halftime here from Smackover High School, where the Fountain Lake Cobras trail 42-14. My name is Mark Oliver. We're joined by everybody's favorite Fountain Lake superfan, Mr. River Oliver. It is River time, ladies and gentlemen. River, I can't help but notice, and I feel like I have to tell this story, so I apologize for getting up in your personal business, but if anybody runs into River Oliver this weekend, he's got quite the shiner on his right eye. Huge black eye. Had an incident at school. Maybe that's not the right way to describe it. River was a hero this week in the halls of Mountain Pine Elementary School. The second grader was able to step in and help a young lady who was being bullied in PE class and accidentally took a little bit of a hit in the process. You're sporting a shiner, but really help out. As someone that, I don't know if the listeners can believe this, I may have been bullied a time or two in my time in high school. We're really an anti-bullying house, and happy to see River step up. River, thanks for being a hero this week, buddy.
It's not very.
Way to take one for the team, buddy. Hey, you wore your purple on Fountain Lake game day. Not only do you have the Cobra shirt on, but you have a little bit of purple on your cheek as well from the bruise. Hey, you live to tell those stories. You live to fight another day. What's new in River's world this week?
Probably my black eye.
Probably your black eye. Hey, another thing, we're going to talk about this real quick. In school, I was actually surprised to see this, too. You bring home a paper from Miss DeLeo's class. You're learning about this 3 states of matter. And we had a huge debate at the kitchen table. Now, you and I came up on the same side of the debate, but we're testing for your test next week, the solid states and the solid, liquid, and gas. And we got stuck on toothpaste. And so, listen, there's the text line out there, the KVRE text line right now. It's 501-915-1300. Is toothpaste a solid or a liquid? I mean, we know it's not a gas, right? But is it a solid or a liquid? I'm curious to know what the fans say out there. We agree on one thing, and maybe we'll hold off and let some of those texts come in. Let's break down this game. It's been a rough go for the Cobras in this one. A lot of penalties, some miscues, and honestly, just some bad breaks not going their way. Smackover has lit up the scoreboard time and time again in this one. Let's break down some of the stats a little bit in this one tonight, River. First, we'll start with the Fountain Lake Cobras tonight. We'll start with the passing game, and your guy, Cooper Bust, our featured Cobra Player of the Week, has 28 pass attempts tonight and only how many completions? 12. 12 completions, 28 attempts. How many yards tonight for Cooper Bus through the air?
28.
No, 142. Look over here. 142 yards through the air. Cooper Bus has how many touchdowns?
1.
And how many interceptions?
1.
Cooper Bus, 12 of 28, 142 yards, 1 pick, 1 score. Leading the way in the receiving game tonight is Case Hare. He has 5 receptions for how many yards?
84.
5 receptions, 84 yards. Second on the team in receiving, Peyton Harwood. 5 pickups for how many yards?
For 58.
58 yards. Devin Williams has 1 reception for 5 yards tonight. Now in the running game for the Cobras, they're led also by Peyton Harwood. 2 rushes tonight for how many yards?
25.
2 rushes for 25 yards. Bus has 5 carries for 3 yards and a touchdown. Nate Jordan's got a couple of PATs tonight. Now as we turn our attention over to the Smackover Buckaroos, Mitchell Polk has been the real deal tonight. Through the air, on the ground. First, we'll talk about some of his passing numbers. He has 9 completions. How many attempts tonight?
17.
9 for 17. How many yards tonight?
206.
206. 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns through the air tonight. 3 of those went to Jamari Robinson, number 0. He has 6 pickups for 135 yards. The other touchdown going to Braxton Bryant, who has 2 receptions for 38 yards. Jaden Bryant also has a reception, 1 for 33. In the running game, 4 Smackover tonight. Polk leads the way, 5 for 53, 2 rushing scores. Joseph Brown with 11 carries, 72 yards. Madison McElroy, 3 for 26. Judson Wolf, the kicker, has had quite the night with 6 PATs in this one. River, we had to get you out of school a little bit early today, but made the trip down to Smackover. Anybody that you would like to say hello to listening tonight?
Everybody in the world.
Everybody in the world. Even the Smackover fans, everybody in the world. River loves everybody out there, and we want to give a special shout-out to everyone listening back home. Mom and Ben and Michael and even Pepita out there. We love that little Rory, don't we?
Maybe in Betty.
And Betty. Let's go through the whole list. Betty, Rory, Mayonnaise, Tux, Kate, Bubbles, and Simon, the whole Oliver farmstead back home in Hot Springs. We'll take a break. 42-14. River will rejoin us in just a minute, but it's time to take things to the Hot Springs Village studios. John Chapman standing by after the break with scores around the county, scores around the conference. That's next right here on 92.9 KVRE. 42-14 at the break. Fountain Lake trailing by 28 points. Mark Oliver rejoined by River Oliver. River keys to the game for the second half. Fountain Lake down, but not out. Smackover is going to get the football to start the third quarter. We all know that. But what's it going to take for the Cobras to come up with a big defensive stop here?
Don't we know because this game hasn't been very good for Fountain Lake.
Hasn't been so far, but we still have 2 more quarters of football to go. You know, coming up with the fumble recovery was big for Fountain Lake. It showed, hey, we can still do this. And there were multiple times tonight where the Buckaroos were backed up against the wall, 3rd down and long, 4th down and long, and they just came up with the big play whenever they needed it. Defense has to get a hit on Polk. Mitchell Polk, the quarterback, he has not been tackled very much tonight, and I think that absolutely has to change going into the third quarter. Now let's talk about offense. You always draw up a play every halftime break when the Cobras get the ball back. Whenever they get it back, what do you think is first up for Fountain Lake, Cooper Bus, and the boys?
I don't really know if Cooper Bus is going to be out here. He got haunt.
Look right there. I see number 5 throwing the football right now. He is back out there. So assuming Bus is back, what's your call, River?
Maybe Cooper forced Case Hale, and maybe he gets the touchdown.
We've seen some really good passes to Hare. We've seen a lot of near misses and some incompletions to Hare. I'm expecting Case Hare also to have a very good second half. River, love you, buddy. Thanks for the commentary. Tracy Simpson's going to rejoin us here, and we'll get you back on the mic before this one's over tonight. How about that, buddy?
How about yes?
How about yes? All right, River Oliver, everybody's favorite 7-year-old Fountain Lake super fan, right here on 92.9 KVRE halftime. They added a little bit more time to the clock here. And, Tracy Simpson brought River a hot dog here. Okay. Thanks, Tracy. Uncle Tracy always looking out. So River's going to go to hot dog land here. What is that? What is that?
They made it just for me.
That's what in the heart disease?
Taco in a pouch, man. They made it. They cut a bag of Doritos in half and then put the chili in there like I asked them with some Japalinos and a salad and a hot dog and a half a Dorito bag.
You know, that's special.
Yeah, well,
I'm not eating that during the broadcast. Help yourself.
I got you a hot dog, too.
What?
Okay, real quick, Gage. Injury report
Let's talk about
status.
it.
Hey, thank goodness it was, of all things, a cramp in his thumb. A cramp in his thumb.
Not a dislocation,
not a break. No
not
break.
a tear.
Anything. So a would have been possibly seasoned. But now a cramp, he will be back. They're going to look at some avenues that they've got to do to resolve some issues they've got. But you know what? Hey, we're gonna figure this out. Look, this is a non-conference game, guys. Okay?
Against elite-level competition in Class 3A.
Yeah.
I know it's 4A versus 3A. Smackover is going to make a deep playoff run this year.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And they are number 3 in the state in 3A. So you're going to see these guys possibly at War Memorial. They're that good, gang. And obviously a good team here. Mark, look at that. What do you think, buddy?
Give me the I don't even see.
Yeah,
I see is sauce and jalapenos.
Here we go. The final.
You just get you a big old bite there. Yeah, you just do. Yeah, I did funnel cake last week. You do whatever this. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now I'm ready, gang.
I hope so, because the bathroom is like half a mile away.
That's okay.
Start of the third quarter here from Smackover High School. Fountain Lake with the onside kick. Does it go 10 yards?
Yes!
Wait a minute. Yes, it does. Cobra's got it. Devin Williams comes up with the rock, and that is the way you start the second half for Fountain Lake.
Mark, I didn't want to say anything, and I didn't want to give it away, but that's exactly what Coach called up when we were over there in the locker room, and sure enough, it came up big, the old squib slider kick, and sure enough, your senior leader out there, Devin Williams, of course, doing a little bit of everything, and sure enough, and out back on the field, Bus and the rest of the gang, we'll see what happens here. Obviously, we've got to come up big.
That's huge. I remember last week, Cutter Morning Star had its back against the wall. A missed PAT kept that game alive, and Cutter Morning Star started to fight in the second half. Cobras have that fight in them, and it starts right here.
Well,
third quarter, 42-14. Cobras down by 4 scores.
Play
but the
clock's
comeback
going.
starts now.
Play clock's going. We got to move.
Bus is going to take the snap on 1st and 10. A throw across the middle and leveled by Robinson was a Harwood from behind, incomplete pass.
Everybody wanting the flag, but they're not going to throw that. They
haven't thrown it all night.
No, they're not going to throw that. This is not going to happen. Just play your strategy, keep it going, and the rest will take care of itself, so to speak. But and one thing I did talk to about, under center, that's just not going to happen. That's not in the playbook.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Ball at the 49. Bust the snap. Home run ball looking for Harwood again. Manhandled all the way by Robinson. Contact all the way downfield. Harwood's like, come on, man. What do I got to do? So it's an incomplete pass. Same play, same result. Now 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cobras.
Mark,
moving right to left.
In the NFL, that's good. They can do that. They're a little handsy. College, it's a 50-50. High school, that is a big no-no, but they're not going to call that. And just obviously, as we've seen right there, so a huge 3rd down right now. We'll find out what happens.
Tracy, shouldn't the Cobras be going the other way?
Well, I'm not going there.
They're going the same direction they did in the first half. Did I miss something?
I'm not going there. Screen pass right now to Hare.
And he's going to have Case Hare with the pickup. Catch and run. Off to the races. Hare says, I don't care what end zone I got to run to. I'm running that way, and I'm all the way home for the score. Touchdown, Cobras. River Oliver literally just drew up the play and called it.
Holy cow, right away. 6 points for the Cobra, just what the doctor ordered. And sure enough, on a blitz like they've been doing all night long, with the screen pass, caught them on their heels and went yard for the 6 points.
And River Oliver is dancing in the stands. It's a 49-yard touchdown pass. Nate Jordan knocks it through. The Cobras are back within 21 points. We'll take a break. 11:41 to play in the third. Back in a moment on KVRE. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about an onside kick recovery from Devin Williams? How about a 49-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Bus to Case Hare, shaking off that right thumb injury? Fountain Lake back on the board for the first time since 11:02 to go in the second quarter. That stops a 4 consecutive touchdown streak. And now another onside kick. Hey, maybe we can get it again. Not this time, says Smackover. Falling on top of the ball, Jeremiah King and the Buckaroos here.
King, number 1 for Buckaroos, has been all over the field tonight. He's obviously one of their lockdown cornerbacks, but really well on special teams. And Mark, for a 3A school, they suit out 48 kids.
Yeah, they got a large following down here in South Central Arkansas. And if you made the drive down here, or if you've ever made the drive down here, you understand this is football country. First and 10 from the 49-yard line. We'll see Mitchell Polk for the first time here in the second half. Has one man beside him. It's number 3, his running back. Polk's going to hand it off. The running back, number 3, Joseph Brown. Running room on the right-hand side. Short gain. Looks like a gain of maybe 4. Looks like they'll give him 5. Second and 5 coming up.
Yeah, and once again, they more or less, I mean, they're going to try to just take some time off the clock, obviously, with the run plays and keep the call all to a minimum. Somehow between the tackles, we've stopped it sometimes, but we've really got to come up big, and hopefully this time right now in the 2nd and 5.
Joseph Brown had 11 carries for 72 yards in the first half. That brings up 2nd and 5 from the 46-yard line. Buckaroos inside Cobra country. Here's the handoff, fake handoff. Polk up the middle, bounces off of 2 Cobra defenders. Davis makes the tackle down at the 30. It's a gain of 16 straight up the middle.
And he literally, he literally ran over 3 would-be defenders.
I mean, he outsizes a lot of the defensive line.
And once he's get that, I'm going to say he's a 4.5, 4.6 quarterback.
He's quick.
And when he gets that full steam going, at 185, that's a load.
New personnel shifting around for the Buckaroos here. 1st and 10, Bucks. Football at the Cobra 29. Polk in the gun. One man's beside him is Brown. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Fake handoff.
There's
Aiden Alt with the pressure. Throws, catch on the run. Inside the 25 to the 23. Tackle made. Couple of Cobras come in and stop. Number 4, Braxton Bryant, his 3rd reception of the night.
Well, big tackle right there coming up was Logan Rhodes. That's a sophomore that we're going to be calling his number for years now, and a big hit. That's just basic tackle football right there, one-on-one. Right below the numbers, wrap up, and take him down.
Polk had 206 yards through the air, 4 scores in the first half. He makes his first completion in the second half. 2nd and 4, Polk in the gun. The snap. Turns around, hands it to Brown, and Caleb Castle's going to come right on in and put him down.
Yep.
Loss of 1, and way off the ball, Tracy. There's
Come on.
Conflict down in the end zone.
Come on, throw the flag!
No flag thrown here.
Throw the flag!
And I think, Tracy, I think the officials just plain missed it. They were watching the ball. There was action happening in the end zone, literally 25 yards off the play.
He drug him down.
No one was looking.
He literally drug him down.
3rd down and 5 for the Buckaroos. They're at the 24-yard line. Here's the snap, Polk, quick pitch, left-hand side, Robinson, catch and run. Robinson, 1st down, inside the 15, inside the 10. Tackle made by the shoestrings down to around, let's see where they're going to spot him here, the 7-yard line, gain of 16.
Yeah, that's just another one of those pitch and catches right there with nobody there. And I know the cover, too, literally we're lining up, and you should be heads up, which they are, but they're 10 yards off the ball. And I know we have to give up because of a little bit of the speed, but we're inside the red zone. You can't be in the end zone and cover anybody.
Gain of 16 for Robinson. That puts him over 151 yards receiving tonight. It's 1st and goal, Buckaroos. 8:38 to play in the 3rd. Polk gets his men in motion. Handoff, Brown. Brought down immediately. Aiden Alt. The ball pops free, but he's down.
Nah.
But a big stop defensively for the Cobras on 1st and goal. It's going to back him up 2.
Well,
2nd and goal from the 8.
Another name that we're familiar, we've been calling Nate Jordan. I'll be honest with you, Mark. They have negated the left side. They primarily run right in the A and B gap and then pitch it out, of course, and go all the way around. But the left right there where Nate Jordan has minimum runs for positive yards for the Buckaroos.
And it looks like they may be gearing up to do just the same thing here. 2nd and goal, Buckaroos from the Fountain Lake 8. It's 42-21 Buckaroos. In the 3rd quarter, just under 8 minutes to go. Polk, the snap, rolls to the left, throws, end zone, caught, dropped. And that was all defense there from the Cobras, stopping that play in motion.
Jalen Johnson.
Keaton Canals, Jalen Johnson just stopped a touchdown.
But that was, that was a catch for all practical purposes, Mark, but that big hit by Johnson made a huge difference right there. My goodness gracious, so far a huge defensive stance right here. If we can just keep them out of the end zone. Of course, obviously, 4 down territory, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd and goal from the 8 here. Buckaroo is going to break out of the huddle here, try to put one into the end zone here. Defense locking down the receivers. Handoff Brown up the middle. Brown wrestled down at the 5. What a tackle made.
Another one.
It's Jalen Johnson coming up big, the sophomore. Gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Man, a huge hit coming out of nowhere, and that's the way you tackle right there. But man, right now, they're going to go.
This stop could be everything for a comeback rally for the Cobras. 4th and goal from the 5.
Mark, and once again, they tried to go to the left, but who stopped that play? Who plugged it up? Of course, number 11, Nate Jordan. Yes.
This is 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line. Polk sends 2 wide right, 2 left, takes the snap. Polk, end zone, caught.
Right in front of him. Why?
Robinson, Preston Harness was there.
Nowhere near him.
Couldn't step in front of him, though. Touchdown, Buckaroos.
Mark,
Man, that could have been a huge rally cry for the Cobras if they were able to stop it. They came up empty on defense. Another touchdown for the Bucks.
Mark, but you're on the 5-yard line. There's no sense in being in the end zone. You've got to come up and put pressure on those guys, especially on a blitz play like we just did. We were right in the quarterback's face, and he literally just threw it up and on a connection there.
A 5-yard touchdown pass, and the PAT is good. Let's take a break. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. 49-21 Buckaroos. We're back in a moment on 92.9 KVRE. Couple of touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. The Cobras strike first. The Buckaroos strike back. Polk to Robinson. A 5-yard touchdown on 4th and goal from the 5. PAT's good. We've got 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. It's 49-21. Cobras are going to get the football here. Football teed up at the 40. We'll see what the Buckaroos do with it.
He's getting signals from the sidelines right now, and they obviously are seeing where our guys are lining up. They're watching Harness the whole way in Harwood, both of them as they're shifting around.
Here's the kick, and it's a line drive kick. That one's going to go out of bounds. It was in the direction of Devin Williams and Peyton Harwood. Cobras are going to take the yards.
And I mean, give credit where credit's due. That's just some great coaching on the side of the Buckaroos. They're obviously the kicker is watching the sidelines, and he's getting signals on exactly where Harwood is lining up and trying to kick opposite of him. And right there, it worked against him as he, kicked it out of bounds. Because the last thing they want is him to get a full head of speed up, because we've already seen what he's capable of doing.
Matt Richardson talked about this last week when the Cobras were leading big in the second half. 0-0. Talked about it in his pregame interview. You see it here. He's holding the double zeros over his head. Turn off the scoreboard. Let's play football, and let's get in the end zone here. 1st and 10 Cobras, right to left on your radio dial. 35-yard line. Harwood in motion. Stutter step the other way. Bus, the snap, throws, now looking Harwood. He makes the catch in traffic. Harwood's got the 1st down and then some. It takes 2 Bucks to body slam him down. Huge gain for the Cobras.
No doubt about it. And once again, Mark, even before the ball got there, a lot of contact, but that back judge is not going to call it, Mark. So we're literally, he's just making some of the best catches with a defender all over him. I mean, draped on him. So unbelievable.
It's a 24-yard pickup for Peyton Harwood that will match his longest reception of the night. Cobras in the driver's seat at the Buckaroo 41, 1st and 10. Bus the snap. Bus has time. He finds Williams. Flags fly. It's going to be holding. Williams slipping through traffic. It's a great run. It'd be enough with the yak for a 1st down. This one's coming back due to an offensive line hold. You hate to see it.
Well, and once again, you see that on a standard pass, but not when it's, the play that they've already. That was not a face mask. That's unbelievable. Bad call by the field
face
judge.
mask is the call,
what happened was, and actually the defender had his back to the guy that threw the flag. He pulled down on his jersey, and it looked like his helmet came down. But, yeah, another call by an official that was not in good position. He needs to be on a stair stepper a few more times to really be an official in this league.
6:24 to go in the third. 49-21, the Cobras trail. After the penalty, we got first down and long. Backed up into Cobra country at the 44 of Fountain Lake. Bus is going to take the snap on 1st and 25. Jailbreak. He's got to run for his life. Out to the right. Throws a dart downfield, and it's in and out of the hands of Harwood.
Yeah, I mean, and literally running for his life the whole time.
So an incomplete pass will bring up 2nd down and 25 for the Cobras here. Clock stopped with 6:17 to go in the third.
I'm going to tell you what, Mark, right now, and we're doing all we can, and these kids are playing their hearts out, our offensive line, but they've got a guy right now playing left tackle, number 65, and I'm going to say he's 6'4", 290, Mark? What are you looking at that one? I'm not sure.
How about 6'3", 275?
Okay, I was close.
Number 65 is Colton White, the defensive lineman, and you were pretty close. Tell me the Powerball numbers.
Yeah.
2nd and 25. Home run ball downfield. Harwood makes the catch, and he's going to have the first down. No big deal. 25 yards, I do that in my sleep, says Harwood.
Man, oh, man, oh, man. Once again, with number 6 draped all over him, tracing Parlor, but it didn't matter. That was a connection right there that not only this time, but we're going to see that several times in the future. I can't wait. What a great way.
29 yards on the reception for Peyton Harwood. The Cobras are on the move. 1st and 10 at the Smackover. 27, 6 minutes to go. New set of downs. Bus in the gun. Here's the snap on 1st down. Bus. There's an opening. On the right-hand side, he's going to take it himself. Quarterback keeper. Bus. And a block in the back is going to go against Harwood here, Tracy. Bus had a running lane. Harwood didn't have to do that. And now it's going to negate a great quarterback run. 2 flags fly here. And I'm interested to see because this could be 2 different penalties.
Well, it was obviously a block in the back. I'm going to tell you that right now. Which you
There's
said,
definitely
Mark.
a block in the back against Harwood. I don't know what the other one was. Maybe it's 2 flags for the same penalty.
Well,
but this is going to negate a good quarterback run.
I'll be honest with you. I think they've got – I'll be honest. I saw holding on one of them on the defense. Now, whether they call it or not, of course, they haven't all night. So I don't know why they would start now with 5:43 left in the third quarter. But no, it's backing us up.
It is going to back the Cobras up here. Another costly penalty right here when you don't need it. Already down 49-21.
Well, we're not up there yet. Last week there was 38 penalties called in the game. We're halfway there.
Ball's around the 33-yard line, it appears. Bus throws one over the middle. Dump pass. Devin Williams. Williams has daylight. Williams is going to bring it all the way home for the score. Touchdown, Cobras.
Holy cow. Throw your flags all you want because there's no need a touchdown for the Cobras. Man, oh man, another great screen play right there. That's 2 different receivers going in for 6 points. And back on the board again, Fountain Lake Cobras.
The scoreboard tells me it's a 27-yard touchdown pass. I think it's more than that, but we're going to go with the scoreboard here in a crowded stadium. Nate Jordan's kick is on its way. It's good. And the Cobras are back, 49-28. We'll take a break, 5:35 to play in the third. Back in a moment, 92.9 KVRE. We're back here at Smackover High School where the Cobras are back on the board for the second time in the third quarter. Another touchdown pass for Cooper Bus, and that's a really big deal for a young man that had an injury scare right before the halftime break. He finds Devin Williams a 27-yard touchdown pass. Nate Jordan doing Nate Jordan things, and the Cobras are back within 21. Fountain Lake's obviously going to go for the onside kick here. It's worked once already this half. Jordan's going to kick it. Does it go the full 10? Yes! Cobras got it! They got it, Tracy! Oh, my goodness! And the band is jamming. They're celebrating. Oh, yeah, Fountain Lake's got it. Devin Williams having himself a night. He just caught the touchdown, and now he has his second onside recovery tonight. Wow, what a play.
You know, that's a design play right there, Mark. Obviously, every time they put the ball, they call it a watermelon kick, and it just spins out of control. Hard to handle, no doubt about that. but obviously the right way for us because not one but two different recoveries. And Williams, we talked about last year, Mark, you remember, a special teams guy. That's what he does, and he's very special. And,
Tracy, you got to fan me. I'm having PTSD. I'm having flashbacks. The last time we came to Smackover. Remember how it became a ball game really, really late in this one? Maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse, but the Cobras have the ball down 21. They're going to try to get in the end zone here. Bus, the snap, 1st and 10. Quick pitch, has a man. Case Hare, daylight. He's got one man to beat. It's a foot race. Hare's not going to get the touchdown here, but it is a big gain for a 1st down deep inside Smackover territory.
Life on the field now. You see the Cobra players jumping up and down and the band's rolling right along. Good stuff going on. The sidelines hopping. And once again, 5:29 in the third quarter. And a touchdown here could really make things interesting, Mark.
I believe the ball, I need the scoreboard to help me out here. I believe it's down at the 21-yard line. If it is, it's a 28-yard gain for Case Hare on the reception. He's been great all night long. Here's Bus, the snap. He's just going to throw that one down. An incomplete pass. No one was open, and it's a great leadership decision for the quarterback, Cooper Bus.
Well, I was eyeing the head official, the Whitecap, because he almost pulled his flag out.
For intentional grounding?
And he ran over there to make sure he was outside the tackle box. But, I mean, it was obvious he was, but, man, he is – he's eyeing it awful. Yeah, he's still looking at it. Oh, my goodness.
So the ball's on the 20, which means it was a 29-yard pass to Hare, and the Cobras are in the red zone. 2nd down and 10. Bus, the snap, throws, Harwood, end zone, caught! Touchdown, Cobras!
No, he's out of bounds.
No, broken out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. This crowd was about to erupt here. And, boy, the Fountain Lake fans have come out in droves tonight, making this super long trip. We were talking about it in the regular season. This might be the longest road trip the Cobras face all year.
Well, nothing else, the band's here, that's for certain.
Oh, yes.
Loud and proud.
Yes, they are. Okay, so incomplete pass, but I'm ready to call another touchdown. My body is ready. 3rd and 10, off the incompletion, ball's at the 20. Cobras driving inside Buckaroo territory. Bus sends a man in motion, Harwood.
Ball
and
on
it's
the
a bad
ground again.
snap. He's going to pick it up. He's got to throw it away. Throws up a prayer. This could be bad. It could be a catch. No, broken up. Hare almost had it down at the 5-yard line. That could have been bad. Hare came out of nowhere to try to make a rescue play out of it. All said and done, it's an incompletion. 4th down coming up for the Cobras. Deep inside Bucks territory. You know they're going to go for it here at the 20. But once again, the Cobras are going to be asked to come in the clutch on 4th down in the red zone. They've done it once tonight. They'll look to do it one more time here. They could make this a 14-point ball game with the right play here. There are 3 timeouts for Fountain Lake. They're not going to use one. Hang on a second. Timeout, Smackover. And boy, Tracy, do I tell you that's good news for Fountain Lake. The snap hit the ground immediately when it left the center. Fountain Lake just got an early Christmas present there. So timeout down on the field. We're going to keep it right here. 5:11 to go in the third. 49-28 ball game. But let me tell you something. This Cobra team that was down by as many as 28 points in this one has an opportunity here to pull within 2 scores.
And the coach obviously knew that things were getting a little bit, momentum built up for Fountain Lake. And they had 2 different players.
It's a good timeout if you're Smackover.
Well, they had 2 different players sit down, too, with cramps. And that's not enough for the officials to call an official timeout. So they stumbled off the field, and you're seeing a replacement right now for the Buckaroos. But I'll be honest with you, they've got guys that can go both ways, and their 2s are just as good as some of their 1s. I'll be honest with you, Mark.
Timeout over. 4th and 10, Fountain Lake at the Smackover Buckaroo 20-yard line. Big play here for Fountain Lake, no doubt about it. Cooper Bus in the shotgun. 2 wide either side, Williams by his side. Here's the play clock, here we go. On 4th down, the snap. Bus has time, pressure's coming, runs away, throws, end zone, Harwood batted down. It'll be an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. There was no window open anywhere.
No, absolutely nothing. Plus, he was running for his life. All he could do was chunk that one as hard as he could. And at one point, he had somebody open underneath the goal, but that would have been a really hard throw. Anytime you're a quarterback running in the opposite direction, it's hard to throw back across the green. And as good as he is as a quarterback, that's tough for anybody.
So the Cobras are going to turn it over on downs. Smackover takes over on its own 20-yard line. The defense is going to have to stand tall once again for Fountain Lake. Mitchell Polk is back onto the field for the first time in, a while here in the third quarter. 5:03 to go. Smackover trying to add to a 49-28 lead. Man in motion towards the right-hand side. Here's the snap. Pump fake.
Wide open.
Wide open man downfield. That could be trouble.
Open.
Catch is made.
Wide open.
Down at the 46-yard line. Reeled in by Braxton Bryant into Cobra Country. Move the chains.
I don't know, Mark. That's not one, not two, not three. 4 times that the strong safety is just not moving. I mean, he's a statue out there, literally not moving an ounce. And how you can run by somebody and not even conceive that they're going out for a pass.
It's Bryant's longest reception of the night, 34 yards. Buckaroos are in Cobra Country at the 46. Polk in the gun, 1st and 10. Here's the snap. He'll turn and hand it off to Brown. Brown made a man miss, hurdles over another defender inside the 45, looks like to the 44. That's only a gain of 2. He ran a long way to get those 2.
Mark, and let's remind everybody, all right, this is still a young team. This is a very young team, and Coach, hey, look, he's trying to figure things out. Of course, non-conference, some players are fitting other places better, and yet there's some decisions to be made still.
I see a lot of competitive spirit in this Cobra team tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
that
do.
simple.
I mean, back against the wall, Smackover hadn't been stopped all night. You kick an onside kick, you get an onside kick. You go down, you score a touchdown. Cooper Bus does it again. 21-point ball game. Cobras are still in this thing. Handoff Brown. He's met immediately. Big loss on the play. Ball's on the ground. Fountain Lake says they have it. We'll see.
No, he's not going to. The white hat's not going to call that.
I don't think
Mark.
so.
No, he's not going to call that.
Caleb Castle came in and made a big stop regardless. It's a huge loss. Brown does not lose yardage often in this one tonight, but he did right there. Boosted out to the 48-yard line. 3rd down looks like 12. Loss of 4 on the play for Brown. Here we go. Big 3rd down, 3:17 to go in the 3rd. Polk sends 3 wide right, has Brown by his side to the right. Here is the snap. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's got the block. He's got daylight. Johnson trips him up shoestrings, and he just saved a touchdown. Jalen Johnson. I don't know how many times we've called this sophomore's name this season. He is playing like a young man that wants Mark Oliver to come talk to him next Wednesday.
Well, Mark, I'm going to tell you right now, he has come in as strong safety and taken that position by storm, and he came up and made that play like you're supposed to. Otherwise, you're right. It was 6 points all the way, but a fantastic night for that young man as a sophomore.
The pickup for Polk brings the Buckaroos a new set of downs down to the 21-yard line of Fountain Lake, 1st and 10. Cobras get up on the line here. Now here's a shift. They're going to bring, is this 4 wide to the left-hand side?
That's a bunch formation.
It's a new formation.
Bunch formation.
Handoff Brown. It was a running play the whole time. And
had him.
Now Brown's going to be into the promised land.
Had him in the backfield.
Late flags fly. What's going to happen here? A Cobra player was leveled. Hang on. Could this possibly be coming back? Jalen Johnson knocked down on the play. Could this possibly negate a touchdown? I don't know.
Oh, he was jammed in the back. There's no doubt about that.
This could be blocking the back against the offense.
He was jammed in the back, and I mean, I leveled. He came up to make the tackle, and the pulling tackle that was coming around leveled him.
The officials are talking about this. It's against Smackover. That touchdown's coming off the board.
Well, and rightly so. I mean, that was a clear block in the back.
Johnson just took one for the team there, and you think maybe there was a little bit of animosity after Johnson just stopped the touchdown run the previous play. That's going to back up the Buckaroos. And, hey, you'll take every penalty you'll get if it's Fountain Lake. 2:32 to go in the 3rd. Cobra's desperately trying to keep the Bucks off the scoreboard.
Yep. Can we get another turnover right here, Mark? We've seen them, fumble a couple of times and get one of them. So let's see if that can happen again. We've got to watch that bunch formation again.
Ball's at the 20. It's first down and 9. Polk in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands off. Brown. Brown wrestled down from behind. Short gain. Looks like a gain of 3.
Nate Jordan coming down, crashing down off of his defensive end right there, catching him just above the knee line to where it tripped him up, and continuing to make some effort all night long as Caleb Castle and the rest of the guys. Great combination right there. No give up with the defense, Mark.
No, and they're still fighting hard here with 2 minutes to go in the third. Gain of 3 there, brings up second down and 6. Ball's at the 17-yard line of Fountain Lake. Polk in the shotgun. 2 wide left, 1 wide right. The snap. Polk. Pressure. Coming. Throwing.
Wide
End
open.
zone.
Wide
open. Bryant's got another one. Braxton Bryant. A 16-yard touchdown reception. The Buckaroos are back on the board.
He literally ran right by the cornerback. I mean, the cornerback didn't even move with him. I mean, not at all.
Tough break for the Cobras defensively there. We've seen that exact scenario so many times tonight where the Cobras have their back, the Buckaroos back against the wall. 3rd down, 4th down, and then the big play to erase the defensive effort. It's tough. 1:43 to go in the third quarter. Polk has another touchdown pass.
Well, I know your primary, key, if you're a cornerback, is to go with the receiver. And I know you're wanting to come up and make the tackle, but your primary, you're supposed to run with that receiver. And he literally just ran right by him. And, it's tough because the quarterback has been doing a tremendous amount of offensive, whether he's running or throwing it. But still, once again, your key, your technique, especially in cover 2 right there, is to bump him and stay with him the whole way. But for some reason, he let him release, and he ran right by him. There wasn't nobody within 10 yards of him. That was an easy throw and catch.
With 1:43 to go in the third quarter, the Cobras trail once again by the same amount they did at halftime, 28 points, 56-28. Smackover. The Buckaroos 7 points away from turning on the clock here in the second half. Cobras are going to get the football back, however. They got a couple of men back deep to return. Peyton Harwood and Devin Williams. We'll see if the Buckaroos kick to him. Aiden Alt's on the other side with Davis. Here's the kick. Deep end over end. Harwood's got it on the run from the 22. Harwood has a wall in front of him. Harwood may have an opportunity. Out past the 40-yard line. Out past the it looks like the 41-yard line, and some tackles made off the ball, 6 yards downfield, no flags, but a good return for Peyton Harwood there, giving good real estate to start for Cooper Buss and the boys.
There was some tackling, all right.
Boy, they're physical out there tonight.
With our offense, that could have easily been a holding penalty right there, but you know what? At this point, just let them go. Let them rip, because something, that you can never take back is time on a clock mark and a game. And here goes the band again, cracking up and doing a great job at that.
I feel it in my soul. 1:35 to go here in the third quarter. Cobras have the football. Right to left on your radio dial. Buss is in the gun. 3 wide to the right. Case here, the lone receiver left. Devin Williams directly beside Cooper Buss.
Picking up the blitz.
Here's the snap. Flags fly. False start. No. Encroachment on the defense.
Yeah.
Now that's a play that's a penalty I can get behind, because the defensive line jumped a little early there.
Yeah, number 57, who's been in the backfield all night long, was just a little too soon. He's one of those good players that goes both ways for the Buckaroos, and you have not seen him leave the field all night long. Jake Matthews, he's one of those seniors, 6'2", 220 pounds, and he's every bit of the real deal for a 3A ball player.
Fountain Lake will take all the help it can get. How about a free 5 yards? 1st and 5 coming up. Ball on the 45-yard line, moving right to left. Bust a low snap. Jet sweep's going to hand off to Harwood. Another big run coming up for Peyton Harwood. He runs down the line. He's going to pick up the first down and then some inside Buckaroo territory. And once again, another good run tonight for Peyton Harwood. He literally can do it all.
Well, and that's the whole idea, Mark, is your best player with the ball is to get it in his hands. And obviously he's one of the best ones on the field. So whether it's through the air, which we've had a tough time doing because Bus has had a limited amount of throwing room. But so, hey, whatever you do, we've got the split formation now in the backfield, which is helping out a little bit.
We saw this to major success a week ago against Cutter Morningstar. Harwood and Williams directly beside Bus. He'll drop back. Bus looking for an opening. He's going to skate past the defender. Wide open. Spaces for Bus. Don't block him in the back. They'll run out of bounds. Good pickup for Cooper Bus.
You got to see, and Mark, that was a great run, but I'm watching some of the action behind and they are getting after it down the field, and the refs are not throwing a thing. Case here literally just got grabbed from behind and thrown down, and he went up and said something to the ref, and the ref put his hand in his face, said, no, get away.
Gain of 13 on the quarterback keeper for Cooper Bus. It's his longest rush of the night. 1:18 to go in the third. Cobra's down, 56-28. Bus in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 35. He's going to do the exact same thing. The window open. He's going to trudge up the middle, hangs on to the football, positive gain up the middle. Not what you want to see out of your quarterback, but whenever the windows are all closed, what else are you going to do?
No, he needs to get outside the tackle box and throw that ball away is what he needs to do, because that's not a good sign. This is non-conference. We don't need that at all. And look, he's got a heart as big as a house, and his competition level is always going to be there. But we need him to either get down or throw the ball out of bounds. Yeah, unbelievable.
The ball is down at the Smackover 30. It's 2nd and 5. Low snap. Bus gets it. Turns, throws, has Williams. Williams on the weak side of the field on that right-hand side. Didn't really have anywhere to go there. Now looks like he made the catch and ran out of bounds. It will stop the clock with 26 seconds to go. No gain on the reception for Williams.
Not really sure why that stopped the clock, Mark. The clock's not supposed to stop till
I think he caught it and ran out of bounds.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't stop till under 2 minutes. The new rulings they've got. I don't know why. Maybe it's different in Buckaroo territory.
Well, actually, it's going to be a gain of 4 for Williams. I didn't think he had any real estate at all here. Here's the snap. Bus, hands off. They only need 1 yard. Williams spins. Did he get there? No. I think he's brought back to the 29. He's going to lose yardage here. 4th down coming up for Fountain Lake. And by my eye, I'm looking at 4th and 4 for the Cobras. This is going to be another big 4th down, and this side of the field has not been kind to Fountain Lake tonight. I believe a timeout was called down on the field. We're going to keep it right here. Oh, excuse me, that's the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break. Third quarter's in the books. 56-28 Smackover. Back in a moment on 92.9 KVRE. Start of the fourth quarter here from Smackover High School. He's Tracy Simpson. I'm Mark Oliver. Hey, don't forget Sports and Shorts Tailgate Edition tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. right here on KVRE. We're going to talk about the big football game happening down in Little Rock tomorrow. Razorbacks, Red Wolves. We break down our Week 1 NFL picks. We talk about the calendars in September, Tracy. We talk about our MLB wild card predictions and the State of the Union in Major League Baseball, and great stories in our local roundup this week. Sports and Shorts Tailgate Edition with Tracy and myself every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. right here on KVRE.
Well, I tell you what, still once again a no-give-up kind of attitude, Mark. And I like it being down on our end of the field right now with the offense moving the ball. Let's see if we can get one on this 4th down and keep it moving. 4th
and 5. Cobra's going for it from the 29-yard line. Bus calls for the ball. Takes the ball, throws across the middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. A collision. The pass was intended for number 6, Dalen Morris. He was in the right place, just couldn't reel it in. Ran into a brick wall with the defender. It's a turnover on downs.
Yep, another snap on the ground, though, Mark. What's the count on that tonight?
I'm not keeping count. I don't do that. I don't want to do that.
That's something that there's a few things that they're going to have to right the ship on this week, and that's one of them, no doubt.
11:56 to go in the ball game. Smackover has an opportunity to put an exclamation point on this ball game with a score and a PAT here. Can the Cobras come up with a turnover? 11:56 to go. Here comes Mitchell Polk and the Smackover Buckaroos. The snap, the handoff, it finds Brown. Brown spins past the defensive line, brought down by Preston Harness, and a good tackle by Preston Harness there, stopping Brown. And that will be, I believe, let me see where they spot this thing, 2nd down and 2 coming up. Gain of 8. Brown's been a workhorse all night long for this Buckaroos squad. No doubt about it. Joseph Brown, the senior running back, is as advertised. 2nd and 2. Football at the 38-yard line. Polk in the shotgun has Brown by his side. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Handoff Brown, but Brown wrestled down by the Cobras here for a loss, and a good loss. Looks like he's going to lose about 3 yards on the play. That brings up a big 3rd down. Now, the Cobras have not been relatively efficient at stopping the Buckaroos on a 3rd down, but there is a first time for everything, especially late in this one, back against the wall. Fountain Lake still has time to make a turnaround here.
Well, we've seen just Jaden Irwin, no stopping him, and a few other plays. But and here's the kicker. If they can get the ball turned around right now, just more positivity for this Cobra team.
3rd down and short. Polk's going to take it himself on the quarterback keeper. He's got the 1st down. He breaks a tackle. He is going to be gone. Polk turns around, looks in the rearview mirror. Flags fly late.
Oh, we got a big fight going on here.
A fight breaks out down on the field. The touchdown is into the end zone for Mitchell Polk. Now, I mean, if they keep the status quo, Tracy, it'll just be offsetting personal fouls. Fists were flying. But Mitchell Polk just ran 65 yards down the field into the end zone, almost literally untouched.
Well, number 7 literally pulled our player's helmet completely off.
It's going to come down. I mean, the game is lopsided as it is, but it's going to go against Smackover. Hey, it's against Smackover.
They're calling holding on that?
That is the 3rd touchdown wiped away for the Buckaroos tonight.
Mark, they're calling holding when there was a fist fight going on.
I mean, they held him all right. They literally had Keaton Canal's helmet. You can't hold someone else's helmet. You shouldn't even have it.
Then he pulled it off.
Well, it's going to negate what was honestly a really good touchdown run from Mitchell Polk.
It was, but how can these officials call a holding when there was a fight?
I mean, there were punches thrown.
They were on the ground throwing fists.
Hey, the video will tell the tale in this one. It gives Fountain Lake signs of life defensively.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
But, boy, what a wild night we've had in South Central Arkansas tonight. 56-28 Smackover over Fountain Lake. They've got them doubled up here in the 4th quarter. 10:23 to go. And when it's all said and done, it's just 1st and 10. Here's a pass downfield. Polk dropped. Had Robinson
wide open.
Robinson had Harness beaten down the right sideline, but he couldn't reel it in. It's an incomplete pass.
I mean, he ran right by him like he was standing still. And
so many opportunities for Smackover. I mean, let's be honest. They've had opportunities to put this game to bed, and they've come up empty. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Clock stop, 10:16 to go. We'll see if Polk tries to go back to the air here, maybe another home run ball.
Maybe we can get an interception and just, stop it a little bit and get some confidence built back up in them.
Ball's at the 40-yard line. Here's the snap, and it's a handoff to Brown, who's leveled immediately. Nate Jordan makes the tackle. Loss of yardage on the play. Great job by Nate Jordan. They're going to back up Brown. Spotted to the 36-yard line, loss of 4. Band plays on here in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 14 for the Buckaroos. Polk sends Brown right beside him. Fakes the handoff. Quick pitch, Robinson in and out, incomplete. And down on the play is Jalen Johnson. He appears to be injured, Tracy.
Come on, buddy, get up. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Michael O'Brien's the first to rush to him. I believe we're going to have an official timeout here. Johnson is hurt. He has his back to us. We're pretty much right on top of him. Can't see what's going on in front of him.
Well, when he went to be the would-be tackler on him as the whistle was blowing, he slung around, and when he went down to the ground, he tried to use that left arm to brace himself, and I saw the left arm go back. He hyperextended it is what he did. Yeah, he's favoring it right now. He'll be all right.
Favoring that left arm up high.
Yeah, it's a hyperextension.
And I love the Cobras coming up to give him a pat on the back saying, man, you have put in work tonight. You love the camaraderie, the brotherhood. This is a team that's going to live to fight another day. Hey, this is a non-conference battle. Season's not on the line. All that's on the line is learning, growth, and getting better against tough competition. We're going to see a lot of that this year in the 7-4A. And boy, with some of the storylines taking shape and some of the injuries we've already seen with our conference foes, this conference could absolutely be wide open.
They're punting.
Smackover's going to punt for the first time tonight. First time for everything. On 4th and 13, no chances here. That's a great defensive stop for the Cobras. Punt is high and away. Harwood's going to let it roll. No return here. Smackover's going to down it inside Cobra territory with 9:06 to go. Fountain Lake has once again held off that exclamation point, that checkmate touchdown from the Buckaroos.
Well, I'm just wondering when they're going to do a complete change-out over there. As 56-28. I'm surprised they're keeping any of their starters in over there, Mark.
I think it's a respect move, if anything, because, I don't know that they feel comfortable enough to make that move right here. Fountain Lake able to put points on the board on a dime.
9 minutes, Mark. That's a tough one. Just the possession level alone would mean you'd have to get the ball back 4 times.
Could we see a Nashville Shiloh Christian situation? The legendary comeback down by 4 scores in the 4th. It happened once. It could happen again. Bus takes the snap. 1st and 10. Flags fly. This is going to be holding. Here's a pitch and catch. Harwood's got the catch. Gain of about 8 yards. This one's coming back.
Yep, once again.
Another holding penalty against the Cobras, and boy, the penalties. I've stopped keeping track at this point, but there's certainly as many, if not more, against the Cobras than we saw last week against Cutter.
Hell, and once again, Mark, 9:45. I don't know if we'll break that 10:20 mark like we did last week, but penalties, incomplete passes, turnovers, it's building up to be that.
1st down and 20. Now after the holding penalty. Bus, the snap, quick pitch, Harwood. Harwood can do some really big things and erase some big yardage deficits there. Catch and run. Let's see how much yardage. Looks like it's going to be a gain. Let me see where they spot the football here. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 9 on the pitch and catch to Harwood. Respectable gain, brings up 2nd and 11. Looks like the ball is out around the 23-yard line.
The clock's going down again, though. Ball.
Here's the snap. Bus is going to be leveled back in the backfield. That's very rare that we see Bus tackled in the backfield, but the offensive line let him down there. Loss of yardage on the quarterback keeper. That brings up 3rd down. We've got a young man down, and I'm afraid that is Cooper Bus.
No, Cooper Bus is over here on the sidelines, Mark. It's a Bigelow player.
You mean Smackover?
Smackover, excuse me.
Yeah, you're right.
In black.
It is a Buckaroos player there,
It is
yes.
black. Yeah, I'm black.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Hey, look, we've got 8:33 left, 56-28, and it's the cramp monster's coming in, Mark.
I mean, it's hot out here tonight, Tracy.
Yeah, he's cramped up.
It's just straight heat. It's not even so much humidity, but, man, it is so warm down here where we are. Feels like we're in a sauna.
I actually saw one of the people that helped with the band here putting ice on one of the drummers' back a while ago because it's so hot back here. On their neck because it's so hot.
All right, injury timeout comes to a close. They're going to help that young man off the field for Smackover. And
Man, I tell you what, though, this, like you said a while ago, Mark, just another score could, just could change the momentum shift and just be a little bit more respectable and help out a little bit.
3rd down and 12 for the Cobras. Ball on the 22-yard line. Bus calls for the ball, takes the snap, has time. He rolls to the right looking for Hare. Hare is broken up. Incomplete pass, and it was great defense coming in from the Buckaroos. Once again, it was number 1 for Smackover, Jeremiah King. And that King-Hare matchup has been fun to watch all night long.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, going back and forth at it, and 2 great players that are with no give-up kind of attitudes.
Looks like the Cobras are going to punt here, Tracy. 4th and 12 on their own 22-yard line. It doesn't look like a punt formation. 5 wide, 3 left, 2 right, but I believe this will be a punt downfield. No, it will be going for it on 4th down. Case Hare is going to make the catch. Flags are going to fly. Smackover can decline what I'm assuming is the holding penalty to make this a turnover on downs here.
More flags. Imagine that.
Yeah, another one. This is holding. It's against the Cobras. I assume Smackover, yep, they're going to decline it. It's a turnover on downs.
Imagine that.
It'll go in as a reception, but for not enough. 9 yards when they needed 12. Smackover takes over, trying to get that elusive punctuation touchdown. Now inside Cobra territory, this is the easiest chance they have had all night to get it. Here comes Mitchell Polk and the Buckaroos back onto the field. 8:07 to go here in the 4th quarter. The band firing up, hoping to get into the mind of the Buckaroo quarterback here. Dare I say it, might have had a little bit of success tonight even. 1 man in the backfield, a new number 24, Ryder Beasley is the running back. Snap, handoff Beasley. Beasley is going to get the carry on the right-hand side. Anderson Davis says, no, not so fast. Tackle made by Davis. A great stop by number 25 for Fountain Lake. 2nd down coming up for the Buckaroos here. Looks like no gain on the play. Buckaroos go to the huddle here. Smackover trying to draw up a play. What the run does is it runs the clock here at Smackover High School. 28-point lead for the Buckaroos. 56-28. The Cobras were playing catch-up most of the game. And the one time where they couldn't match score for score, that's when the wheels fell off. They fought hard to try to come back, threatened to bring it within 14 at times. Smackover's going to run it right up the middle. Once again, it's the running back, Ryder Beasley. That play started from the 31-yard line. It's going to move the chains for more than 10. We'll see where they spot the football here for Beasley on the carry, gain of 13 to the 18.
Cobra's trying to, bring some other players in right now just to give some rest because we're starting to see the cramps a little bit more apparent now, Mark. But they played their hearts out tonight, and it's just one of those deals where, a few plays here, a few plays there could have made the difference.
Yeah, it really could have. And some 4th down gambles, you rolled dice, you came up empty a few times. Had those gone your way, I mean, it could be a completely different ball game here. Play clock at 1. Here's the handoff. Once again, it's going to be to Beasley. And it looks like Smackover doesn't really care about trying to put that decisive touchdown on the board. They're just happy with running clock. They're going to get the win one way or another. They continue to move the ball forward on the carry by Beasley. On 2nd and 10, a short gain up the middle. Let's see where they spot this thing when it's all said and done.
Well, they're trying to get in other players now also, though, Mark.
Yeah, they're making a lot of substitutions. The men in black are. No gain on the carry by Beasley. 2nd and 10 from the 18. Polk, handoff, Beasley again. Beasley up the middle. It's Aiden Alt who makes a touchdown-saving tackle. A flag flies way after the fact, and I didn't see who it was on.
It doesn't matter. The head ref, he's going to throw it. It doesn't matter. Personal
it's against
foul.
Smackover.
Yeah. Well, it was a tackle afterwards. But here's the kicker, Mark.
Yep.
We've had 5 of those penalties, and I've yet to see him designate any of them to be thrown out of the game because personal fouls, you get 1 and 2, you're out of the game.
That's right.
But I've yet to see him determine or even make that announcement.
Like even keeping track.
Yeah, he's not.
The flag is on number 61, Alliance Points, the lineman. And that's going to back up Smackover here. And the coaching staff for the Buckaroos not happy about the call, but it's the right call. All right, so that's going to back up the Bucks. Second down and what looks to be about 15 here. Ball on the 23-yard line.
Mark, what started out as a football game has become basically a scrum.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, you're not wrong. Things starting to get out of hand here. Here's a handoff up the middle, Beasley. Beasley holds on to the rock. Tackle coming in, Caleb Castle. And Smackover is just going to continue to fire it up the middle until Fountain Lake stops the drive completely. Third down coming up.
And that clock continues to melt away any hopes of Fountain Lake coming back.
Like I said, Smackover is going to find a way to go home happy one way or another. 5:19 and counting here in the fourth. 4-score lead, 56-28 for the Buckaroos. Looking to go 2-0 on the young year. Beasley in the backfield. Polk, the shotgun quarterback for Smackover. Third down and 12. Handoff, no. Quarterback keeper this time. And Polk runs to the right-hand side, has room to run. He's into the end zone. The Buckaroos have their touchdown.
He ran right around.
22-yard score. A PAT will turn on the clock for the final 4:56.
Well, Mark, wouldn't you say predominantly the right-hand side has been about 80% of their runs?
It absolutely has tonight. Another touchdown run for Polk. This one 22-yarder. And Wolf can turn on the sportsmanship clock here in the fourth. Lined up for the kick are the Buckaroos here. Waiting for the snap. There it is. The hold, the kick. Smackover leads by 35. 63-28. 4:56 to go. We'll take a break. Back in a moment on 92.9 KVRE. Back here at Smackover High School, 4:48 and counting. The clock is now rolling to the finish line in this one. Fountain Lake down by 35 points, but the Cobras are going to get the football back one more time. And if you're Fountain Lake, you've got to try to finish this battle on a high note, ending with an end zone play here. Wasn't the night the Cobras hoped for. Some bad breaks went your way. Some miscues on fourth downs, some turnover woes. You live to fight another day. Buckaroos have the football teed up on the 40-yard line. 4:17 clock rolling. Here's the kick on its way. Davis catches it on the run. Anderson Davis clogs to the middle. He'll fall down on the play, and out around the 42-yard line or so is where the Cobras are going to have it. Now down under 4 minutes remaining in tonight's contest.
There's no give up in that young man's fight. I'm going to tell you right now, he's getting after it. And sure enough, a little bit of sportsmanship right there, Mark. You got to love that one. Unbelievable. And, of course, hey, you're out on the gridiron giving it all you got. But when it's all said and done, it's just some young men, hey, trying to do what they love. It's a passion. Similar to what you can hear the band and the cheerleaders going right now. And unbelievable spirit here in the stands. And you know what? It'll be the same way next week when we go out towards Glenwood.
Oh, yeah. Alice Nichols Bates, the neck of the woods. Tom Nichols' neck of the woods out there at Center Point. We're excited for the road trip next week. Bus is going to hand it off. And for Fountain Lake, looks like new personnel taking the field. I believe that's Dason Rhodes, the junior, with the carry there. Fountain Lake may be just trying to gain some experience with some of the underclassmen here.
Yep.
No gain on the play for Rhodes on the carry. 2nd and 10 coming up for Cooper Bus and the boys. Under 3 minutes to play, 2:50 to be exact. Fountain Lake lines up in the shotgun. Bus in the gun, Rhodes by his side, 2 wide either side. The snap, handoff, no, quick pitch across the middle, incomplete pass to Harwood. Clock will not stop with the 35-point deficit.
That was one of those ones that Cooper would want back. He, a little bit on the rush there again as all the replacements that the Buckaroos have brought in, they're not going to give up either. I think only 2 different players have come in, Mark.
Not a lot of subs tonight that we've seen.
Why did the clock stop?
No, it's still rolling here. 2:07 to go.
It stopped for a second.
Bus in the shotgun here, 3rd down and 10. May attempt to pass here to try to keep the drive alive. Bus rolls out to the right-hand side. Everybody's bottled up down low, and now a flag flies. Hare can't get to the pass downfield in time. I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't going to matter. It was going to come back either way.
Imagine that. Another flag, and guess who threw the penalty? The White Hat.
This is against Smackover.
But that's what I'm saying. He threw it against Smackover, and then he picked it up and said, well, wait a minute.
It's against the Buckaroos. Maybe defensive holding? I don't know.
That's got to be it. Automatic first down, though. I know that.
Yes, it is. It is an automatic first down from the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 Cobras. They got a minute and some change left in this one. They're going to try to get into the end zone one more time tonight. Bus in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Pressure's coming. Hit as he throws. Looking for Harwood, who's manhandled, and no flag. There it is. The flag finally comes out. It's pass interference all day, and the back judge would not call it.
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, the side judge did see it, Tracy, and that will give Fountain Lake more real estate here, but they're going to have to get up on the ball quickly. We're under a minute to go, 40 seconds to go. Fountain Lake's going to be down under 30 seconds when they run up on the line here. 8 on the play clock. They're going to have to get this off quickly. Fountain Lake does have a timeout to take.
4, got to get it off. 2, go, snap.
Bus calls for the ball, 24 seconds left. Home run ball, looking for Hare, takes him out of bounds.
Oh, he caught it out of bounds.
He caught it, but it was incomplete.
Wow, what a reception.
Yeah, Hare caught it out of bounds. It was an impressive play. That's going to be your ball game here at Smackover High School. It's over. 63-28, your final score.
Hey, come on, baby.
And we'll be back in a moment to wrap things up from Buckaroo Land. Back in a moment, 92-9 KVRE. Final score in this one, 63-28. Fountain Lake falls to 1-1 on the young season. Hey, a formidable foe. It didn't go their way tonight, the first road trip of the season, but a lot of learning, a lot of growth here, and a lot of really great effort. There were some miscues, some misconnections, but I saw a lot of opportunity for this Cobra squad as all. They'll be on the road at Centerpoint next week, another salty foe in Class 3A play. I'm excited to see what they can do in the non-conference finale, and then, of course, right after that, a much-deserved bye week as we get ready for Bauxite for homecoming to start conference play.
Well, Mark, you know, we had a few, like you said, miscues, but I think the biggest effort out of here is that the no-give-up kind of attitude, especially with that last catch. I know it was out of bounds, but still, that's a no-give-up. And that's the kind of, situation you want with some kids that are just trying to get better. And sure enough, as it is, we met up with a team tonight that, like I said, you may be seeing at War Memorial. That's simple. They're a really good team. And kids, nobody got, we had a few, injuries, but nothing that's going to keep them from being out on the field next week. That's huge right there.
And this is really what non-conference play is all about. You can win every game and have the undefeated season, or you can stack the competition. You're in a tough conference. You schedule formidable foes. Hey, you learned something in this loss tonight. You learned some of your weaknesses, and now you have a week to fix some of those as you go into a Centerpoint Knights situation that, I'll be honest, boasts a somewhat similar offensive scheme to the Smackover Buckaroos. They got a quarterback that can do it all, dual threat option. What can you fix in 7 days? We're going to find out a week from tonight in Glenwood.
Well,
Tracy, anybody you'd like to say hello to on the broadcast tonight?
This was one of our biggest numbers, and I know everybody didn't get to travel, and we cannot do this without you guys. We thank all of our sponsors, all of our listeners from all over everywhere. Once again, one of our biggest numbers on streaming, Mark, and we just want to thank you guys so much. And I got to give a big shout-out to my wife. It's her birthday today. So
happy birthday, Wendy.
Yours truly still has to work a little bit, but I'll be home and promise to take you out tomorrow to dinner, okay?
Awesome. Hey, River Oliver, come say your goodbyes. Come say your shout-outs tonight. River Oliver has been a trooper tonight. Hey, you called that Case Hare touchdown pass, or the Case Hare touchdown reception. River, who would you like to say hello to tonight?
Everybody in the world.
Everybody in the world. We'll see River on the road next Friday night at Center Point. Hello to my lovely wife, the beautiful Mrs. Hannah Oliver, my 3 wonderful boys, Michael, Ben, and River right beside me. Special thank you to John Chapman back in the KVRE studios in Hot Springs Village. We can't do it without him. Literally, can't do it without him. And thank you for tuning in to the 168th edition of Fountain Lake Football right here on 92.9 KVRE and online at kvre.com. We'll see you next week at Centerpoint. For River Oliver, Tracy Simpson, I'm Mark Oliver. This one's for the Cobras. Good night.
Good night.